watching the live stream. I forgot to start it, so that's on me.
We're new to that part.
I'm not. I meant to. I was planning on giving you a little crash course on that one, and just looked down and thought, hey, there's nothing streaming. But that's good to go now. So those that want to tune in, it's kinz.biz, and you can find on the sports tab there, and should take you right to our YouTube page. But about 3 minutes out, both teams still warming up at this point. And say we've mentioned it many times, but it's going to be a much different look this season compared to the last couple years. You got me? You hear me?
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Chanute High School for the beginning of the 2021-22 basketball season. This contest tonight is being played under the authority of the Kansas City
And back here at Chanute High School, about a minute and a half from tip-off, and we do apologize, had some technical difficulties there real quick, but hopefully things should be good from here on out. Caden's doing his best right now to get the starters for both teams, and also want to make sure is sometimes they do the national anthem before the girls, sometimes before the guys, sometimes before both.
In accordance with Kansas State Fire Marshal regulations,
so I don't know when they'll do the national anthem, but we're going to have a national anthem at some point tonight. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds great. And, of course, now going over safety measures is a great thing to do. And I will apologize if I'm coughing on air tonight. I've had a little bit of a tickle in my chest, and non-COVID related, I promise, Caden. I've tested recently just to make sure. It had me a little worried myself. But it's been an interesting week. I was a little worried I wouldn't have my voice tonight, which I'm sure others probably were hoping I wouldn't. But but we've made it here tonight. It should be a great night for Blue Comet basketball. Is now it appears just waiting for the clock to run out, as both teams just hanging out on their respected benches.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello again and welcome to the campus of Chanute High School, home of your Blue Comets. We welcome you to tonight's non-conference matchup between the Lady Bullpups of Caney Valley High School and your very own Chanute High School Lady Blue Comets.
So, again, Caney Valley coming into this one with a record of 1-0. Chanute 0-0. Little back to normal here. Alternating starters, something we didn't get to see last year due to COVID, but Caden, if you want to kind of run down the starters, I'll let you do that tonight.
We got mixed up coming from, was that Kane that sent that to you?
Yeah, it was. It was incorrect, I'm assuming?
Yeah. So we'll get those to you as they come out.
Lady Bucks, a 5'9" sophomore, number 22, Anna Washburn. For Chanute High School, a 5'10" senior, number 13, Madison LaFord.
So a lot of younger players or quote-unquote inexperienced players will be starting tonight for the Blue Comets. Not something we're used to seeing, is although there's been a lot of youth and whatnot, there's been players that have had experience. Not the case here tonight.
That was our 5. So for Chanute, we've got Shields, Haviland, LaForge, Bogle, and Smith. And then over for Caney Valley, they go with Scott, Hightower, Washburn, Kaminska, and O'Shields to start it out.
Should be a good one here tonight at Chanute High School. As a reminder, this is the first game of the year as we are live from the Subway of Chanute broadcast table here tonight, and this should be a good one. Both teams ready to go, as we're actually going to start this one about 5 minutes late, but I think anybody's going to complain too much. Just happy that basketball season is finally back. Both coaches talking with their teams. And jumping center will be LaForge for Chanute and Anna Washburn for Caney Valley. So the first tip-off in nearly a year and a half in this gymnasium goes to Chanute. Peyton Shields with it. She's looking inside, nothing there. Hands off to Bogle. Bogle crossover dribble now to the left side. Kicks out to Haviland. Haviland drives on the inside, gives it to Smith. Smith now looking, spins, puts a shot up. Hard off the glass, rebound will go to Caney Valley. And it's Sage Scott with it now. Scott being defended by Shields. Chanute running that 1-3-1 zone defense. Now into the corner to Kaminska. Back up top. It's Hightower. Now back to Scott. Scott to Hightower on the right side. Into the corner to O'Shields. Kicks it up top. Patient offense by Caney Valley. Now Scott on the left wing. Back up top to Hightower. Hightower down to Kaminska. Kaminska kicks it up top. And passing on an open shot was Raya Hightower. And we're a minute, 10 seconds into this game. We've had one shot put up. It was by Chanute. Finally inside. Now another pass inside to Kaminska. Shots missed. However, she's fouled. And Tyra Bogle will pick up her first foul of the season. It'll be 2 shots for Cameron Kaminska. First shot up, hits nothing but the bottom of the net. Second free throw, this one up and rims out. Rebound goes to Caney Valley, but the follow-up is missed. And Jay Smith comes down with the rebound. Smith gives off to Peyton Shields. Shields running the point once again, drives inside, tries to pass it inside. It goes into the hands of Smith, puts up a shot. It won't go. Rebound goes to Haviland. Haviland tries to kick it outside. That one's going to go off the hands of Caney Valley. It looks like Anna Washburn got her hands on that one, and we've got 3 quick substitutions. So it'll be number 20, Ashley Haviland, number 44, Kearney Fulmer, and number 5, Preston Keating. Haviland with it up top to Keating. Now she'll give it back to Peyton Shields. Shields hands off to Ashley Haviland. Now back to Shields up top. Shields looking to make something happen. Drives inside, ball's tipped away, and Shields fights for it back. Thought about the shot, puts the ball on the floor, spin, puts the shot up, and that one goes, and a hard-fought possession that results in 2 points. So Scott going to bring it back up the floor now for Caney Valley. Shot put up, that one's missed. Rebound goes to Caney Valley. Good job by Fulmer on the inside to block that shot. Caney Valley trying to kick it back out. They will keep possession of the basketball. Scott up top with it, guarded by Shields. Good help defense there by Haviland on the left side. Ball nearly stripped away. Caney Valley will hold on to it. Scott with it now, looking for something as the Caney offense, just a lot of standing around at this point. Shot put up, that one's blocked. Like Kelsey Haviland got a hand on that one. Follow-up shot, that one goes. Looked like that was Anna Washburn.
And right away we see Caney Valley wants to be patient, but also they want to get the ball inside.
3-point shot put up, that one's airballed. And that was missed by Ashley Haviland. And looks like we're going to get a reach in by Kelsey Haviland on the rebound attempt. Be the second foul on Chanute. Caney Valley now with it. Very slow, stagnant offense. This one going to be thrown away into the back court. And Chanute will take over possession, so an unforced turnover there by the Bullpups. Keating inbounds to Shields. Shields going to the left side, gives to Haviland. And Haviland passes to her sister, now over to Keating. Keating bounce pass on the inside, and just leading Peyton Shields a little bit too much. And Caney Valley quickly going the other way. Good defense there to cut it off by Preston Keating. Quick shot put up by Washburn. That one's missed. Rebound, however, will stay with Caney. Scott thought about the three-point shot. Now driving inside, puts up the floater. That one won't go. And the rebound will go to Peyton Shields. Again, Peyton Shields listed at 5'4", very generously, getting rebounds. Something you love to see. Just shows her aggressiveness. 3-point shot put up this time by Kelsey Haviland. That one's missed.
Another rebound.
Peyton Shields showing that size doesn't matter at 5'4". She'll get all the boards. Three more substitutions as Bogle, Smith, and LaForge check back in. Bogle with it up top. Gives it inside to Jay Smith. Now she drives inside and just loses control, but it'll go off the hands of Kaminska of Caney, so Chanute will keep possession. Bogle to inbound, looking for something to open up. Gets it inside to LaForge, now out to Keating. Keating driving right hand, hands off to Smith. Smith looking for somewhere to go and just in a bad position under the basket. And Smith going to get charged with the 3-second violation. Just got too far under the basket and kind of got turned around and had to kick it out.
Yeah, and they've kind of force-fed Smith early, trying to get the ball inside, but just Caney Valley doing a good job of collapsing down and Smith kind of getting out of control in the last couple.
Yeah, Smith just trying to bully her way inside, but like you said, Caney Valley doing a good job helping. And got a steal. Looks like that's Tyra Bogle this time. And then she's pushed afterwards. So Chanute will keep possession of the basketball here with 3:12 to go in the first quarter. Chanute trailing 3-2.
I think if you're Chanute, you've got to look to get those steals, get out in transition, because so far what we've seen in half-court offense hasn't been great.
Yeah, it's a team that Chanute, a team that likes to run. Yeah, might be a defense leading to offense. Transition points is where you're going to find them this year. Keating with it now. Gives to Bogle. Bogle bumped up top by Scott. I believe that'll be the first foul on Scott here tonight. It's the third team foul on Caney Valley. Keating inbounds to Bogle. Bogle up top, going to run the offense. Starts to go inside, now kicks it back out to Keating into Jay Smith. Smith picks up her dribble, now looking for help. Kicks out to LaForge, now to Bogle. Over to Haviland in the left corner. And good defense. Finally gets it to Smith. Smith spin move, great move on the inside. And Jay Smith gets that one to go. Chanute goes up 4-3 with 2.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Great spin move on the inside.
Yeah, that's that same move she's tried to go to a couple times. That time got off the defender, got a little room.
Ball's thrown away. And now into the hands of Preston Keating. Keating picks up her dribble, kicks to Smith. Smith dribbling on the inside, forces up a shot, and this one goes as well. And Chanute now doubling up Caney Valley 6-3 as we inch closer to the 2-minute mark here of the first quarter. Scott with it now. Thought about the three. I'm not sure she kept both feet down on the ground, but the officials say she did. Scott now kicks it up top. That's number 30, Deandro Shields. And looks like number 12, Myra Denny, going to go to the free throw line. As Jay Smith picks up her first foul. It's the third on Chanute. A bunch of substitutions here for Chanute. As Peyton Shields, Kearney Fulmer, Kelsey Haviland, and Kinley Chard checking in. Chard checking in for the first time. Chard with it now, gives it over to Shields. Shields looks inside to Fulmer and just a little too high. And it's going to be really hard to throw it too high for Kearney Fulmer. Fulmer, the tallest player on the roster for Chanute, listed at 5'11", but just a little too high. Peyton Shields steals it away, and now putting up the awkward falling away layup, and somehow gets that one to fall down. 8-5 now. Shields nearly steals that one away again. And man, that looked fairly clean. But they're going to get Peyton Shields with a reach in. Coach Fox doesn't like the call, loves the aggressiveness, and that's the kind of basketball you're going to see out of Peyton Shields all season. So it'll be Raya Hightower with it. And gives it over to Denny. Denny back to Hightower. Ball stolen away into the hands of Bogle. Bogle 2-on-1 situation. Goes to the basket. Layup goes. And Chanute offense all of a sudden finding points in transition. Just like we talked about. Caney Valley throws it away once again. This time not much pressure. But Caney Valley clearly trying to force things. And now that the Chanute offense is starting to click.
Yeah, without Sage Scott in the game, she just checked back in for Caney Valley, but they really don't have a true ball handler without her in there.
Yeah, and it was noticeable. Peyton Shields with it now, gives it to Chard. Chard dribbles it off her own foot this time. And that'll be a turnover as Caney Valley takes over possession. Driving to the basket is Denny. Now she gives it off inside. That's number 24, Cameron Kaminska. Her layup will go. 35 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. Blue Comets lead 10-7. Peyton Shields going to get called for the travel this time. So that'll be another turnover for the Blue Comets. And nearly a jump ball. 3-point shot put up by Scott. She drains it. And she ties it up with 18 seconds to play in the first quarter at 10 points apiece. Chanute going to hold for the last second shot here now. Clock down to 9 seconds. Peyton Shields going to try to open something up. Goes inside, steps back, puts up the long floater. That one goes. And that's how we will end the first quarter. Chanute leading 12-10 in what has been a slow first quarter to start, but eventually took shape, and both offenses finding ways to get points there in the last 2 to 3 minutes. Remember, it's cheaper to buy a month-to-month policy from Associated Professional Services than it is to pay to get your license back after getting a DUI. Call Peggy Davidson at 431-9699. Also call Ross Daniels of Daniels Auction Service for on-site or online auction sales, and let Daniels Auction Service bring you the highest returns for your assets. Call 620-431-8536. So Caden, 8 minutes in, 24 to go. What are your thoughts?
Like we talked about, not a whole lot of ball handling for what we've seen so far for Caney Valley. I'd like to see some pressure out of Chanute. I don't know if that's something that Coach Falk is comfortable with this early in the season, but he's certainly played the players run deep into the bench to be able to pressure long term if he wants to.
Yeah, already used 9 players total in this game, so nobody getting tired out, and it's nice to have a little bit left in your tank, kind of like a savings account. Speaking of that, Commercial Bank focuses on bringing you products and services that simplify your day-to-day life. Serving Southeast Kansas since 1874. Stop by the Chanute branch at 1315 South Santa Fe in Chanute. Caney Valley with the basketball first to start the second quarter. It's Kaminska now to Denny. Ball goes inside, and we'll get a traveling violation against Caney Valley. That'll be another turnover for the Bullpups. And Chanute will take over. Shields going to bring it up this time. Bogle there with her in the backcourt. Gives it inside to Jay Smith. Fakes both passes. Picks up her dribble. Now looks to kick it out. Gets it into the hands of Haviland. Now outside to Bogle. Now Smith going to take the long shot. And Jay Smith from just inside the three-point line, and not her normal shot, but looked good.
She looked comfortable.
Yeah, looked comfortable, looked good. Chanute up 4. Scott is going to pull up from long range, misses that one. Tyra Bogle there for the rebound. Chanute looking to push quickly. Bogle going to go inside, take it all the way. Scoop shot won't go, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Were you calling that to go in? You looked a little excited over there.
I was a big fan of the Euro.
Yeah,
don't see too many of those in high school girls basketball.
No, not a lot. So 7 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Tyra Bogle, 2 shots from the free throw line. First one is missed, just a little bit long. Got a couple bounces off the rim, but wouldn't fall. Again, Chanute still leading 14-10. Second shot for Bogle. This one now short, but she follows her shot, gets the rebound, kicks it out to Smith. And Smith driving inside, loses her dribble, picks it up, kicks it down to the corner, now back up top. Chanute going to reset the offense. Back into the hands of Smith. Smith got away with a travel there. Shuffles her feet, puts the shot up, it won't go. And Smith dives to the ground, gets the rebound. Peyton Shields passes up the three-point shot. Now Haviland will take the three-point shot, and Haviland airballs that one. And, man, I was ready to jump out of the gym after that exciting possession. It'll be, ball will fall out of bounds and go back to Caney Valley. Again, Chanute still leading 14-10 with 6.5 to play. Denny with it, gets it inside, now back up top. And we're going to get a foul. Looks like that's on Bogle. They're going to say she fouled Anna Washburn. I'm not saying she didn't commit the foul, but that was a little touchy.
Yeah, just away from everything.
That'll be the second on Bogle. 5th team foul for Chanute. Kaminska will inbound for Caney Valley. Quick shot put up by Denny. She'll airball that one long. And rebound will be run down by Haviland. Haviland gives it off to Peyton Shields. I thought Shields was just going to pull up from 3. Spin move inside. Peyton Shields puts the shot up. Won't go. And the ball just bounces off the knee of Kimberly Owens, who just checked in recently for Caney Valley. Chanute will keep possession. Shields to inbound. That was a weird start to this inbound play. Is that a 5-second call?
The quickest of all time, I believe.
Yeah, that was very quick. I actually thought they might get Peyton Shields for a traveling violation. She was shuffling those feet a little bit down there, but nonetheless, 5-second violation. Ball stolen away now by Peyton Shields. And it's so aggressive on the defensive side of things. Shields kicks it into the corner to Haviland. Haviland puts up the three-point shot. This one just goes off the back iron. Rebound goes to Keating, but she loses her footing, tries to throw it out, but she falls to the ground and throws it away. Caney Valley now looking to go the other way. Peyton Shields steals it away again. And now quickly coming to the other end. Shields going to kick it out to Haviland. Haviland picks up her dribble, kicks it up top to Keating. Keating wide open three-point shot. And a little long off the glass. And in the end, we're going to get a foul, a reach-in this time by Kelsey Haviland. Yeah, it's just a little too aggressive trying to get that basketball. Her second foul, the 6th team foul for Chanute. So free throws from here on out. Still over 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Caney Valley with it goes inside, this time to Owens. Owens' shot is missed, and it'll be batted out of bounds off the hands of Caney Valley. And checking in for the first time will be Grace Uner. Uner, the transfer from the Chanute Christian Academy. So anxious to see what she can provide to help this team out. It's not every day you get a senior to transfer in.
Yeah, a little bit different ball that we're playing here in the SEK League, but excited to see for sure.
And that was one thing Coach Fox said about her. See my notes here is that she's got the potential. She's one of the most athletic players. She's just got to work on her getting up to speed to this level of basketball. So Peyton Shields with it now, looking to set up the offense. Drives inside and scoop shot with the left hand. Wow, Peyton Shields, great shot on the inside. Blue Comets go up 16-10 with 4.5 to play.
Just a little ISO ball getting Peyton in space, little up and under, nice finish with the left.
I'm not saying Peyton Shields isn't a great player, but if she was like 4 inches taller, you get what I'm saying though, right?
Yeah.
If she was 4 to 5 inches taller, you're talking like really good, like special. I feel like I can say that because she's like my second cousin, but
well,
I would never say anything
we
else
may
about
eventually get really special. She's just a sophomore.
True. So free throws for Caney Valley. First end of the 1-and-1 is missed. Rebound goes to Uner. And kicks it out to Bogle now. Bogle up top. Gives it to LaForge, now to Smith. Smith drives on the inside. Ball gets poked away. Smith lands on top of it. Tries to throw it off the defender. Ball just kind of sits there. And Coach Washburn unhappy over there. They said the ball went out of bounds off Caney. It looked like Cameron Kaminska was touching the ball while her left foot was on the baseline. Head coach Emily Washburn of Caney Valley not pleased right now with the effort of her team and was letting her team know about it. And if you want to be a little upset about a no call there, I'd understand. Good defense, I suppose, there by Grace Uner, but definitely seemed pretty physical there on this near sideline.
Coach Washburn's the old girls coach down at Coffeyville Community College, so yeah, she may have something to be upset with there.
Yeah, she had some success at Coffeyville Community College too, so you know she's a good coach. Lots of ball movement right now by the Blue Comets. Uner now to Bogle. Bogle up top, driving inside, kicks it back out to Uner, now to Smith. Smith got to do something with it, gets it inside to Bogle. Bogle layup won't go. And Caney Valley will come up with it. Caney pushing. And now going to slow up and reset the offense. Pass goes inside, this time to Owens, and Owens fouled by Smith. That'll be the second on Smith. Yeah, that looked like on the last possession, nobody for Chanute really wanted to even take a shot.
I don't even think anybody really wanted the ball. I mean, it was touching hands and right back, gone.
Maybe they were just playing a game of hot potato. I don't know.
But I guess worth mentioning, that was your first offensive possession this game with no Peyton Shields in the ball game.
Good point. Front end of the end at 1-1 is missed. So twice now, Caney Valley has missed the front end of a 1-1. Good pass on the inside by Bogle. Shot missed by Fulmer. Good follow, though, as Bogle gets the rebound and the shot to go. Blue Comets now up 18-10 with 2.5 to play here in the second quarter. Scott driving on the inside, lots of contact, and no call is made. Chanute will come up with it. Bogle going to bring it down the floor. Now to Keating. Keating back to Bogle. And to LaForge in the corner. She throws it away. And Caney Valley will come up with it. Caney looking to go quick. This time it's Raya Hightower. Now over to Washburn. Washburn gives it inside to O'Shields. Scott fakes the shot, now pulls up just inside the three-point line, and Sage Scott gets the two-point shot to follow. Correct me if I'm wrong, that's the first points of the quarter for Caney Valley, nearly 6.5 minutes in.
It is.
A good defense by Chanute. Tyra Bogle takes it to the lane and gets that shot to fall with ease. That's the aggressiveness that Coach Fox wants to see out of Tyra Bogle. I think that's the aggressiveness we all want to see out of Tyra Bogle.
Absolutely, and that's what we've wanted to see the last 2 years. Boost confidence early in the year this year.
Raya Hightower's three-point shot is airballed, but follow-up shot was made by Kimberly Owens. Bogle driving inside, now kicks out to LaForge. Now to Keating in the corner, back up top to Bogle. Now Uner with it, gets it inside to Keating. Keating puts up the floater, and that one rims out. And going to get a push. It'll be Kearney Fulmer this time. And we'll get a 1-on-1 opportunity once again for Caney Valley. It's the first foul on Fulmer here tonight. Are you suggesting that she's taller?
Yeah.
She got called for a foul because she was tall?
Absolutely.
So Kimberly Owens attempted to check out of the game, but she was instructed that she needs to shoot a free throw here first. So front end of the 1-1, hits that one. She'll get one more. Nobody knows what's going on at this point. Both teams are ready to go down to the other end of the floor. So Owens' second attempt is up and makes that one as well, and now she can have a seat on the bench after she cuts into the Chanute Blue Comet lead, making it 20-16 with 45 seconds to play. Peyton Shields with it, being guarded up top. That was Denny with the defense. Now over to Bogle. Bogle crossover dribble, kicks it out to Shields. Shields looking inside, nothing there. Now driving, kicks it back out to Bogle. Bogle going to drive this time. Inside to Fulmer. Great pass by Tyra Bogle, and even better finish by Kearney Fulmer. 22-16 now, 15 seconds to play. Caney Valley going to see if they can get one final shot up before the buzzer. He goes inside, this time to O'Shields. It's stolen away. Bogle coming the other way with it. Clock down to 5 seconds. Bogle driving all the way, gives it to Haviland. Haviland shot at the buzzer. It goes! And Chanute will take an 8-point lead into the break, 24-16. We're going to send it back to the studio. 1 minute when we come back, we'll have a halftime show for you. You're tuned in to Chanute Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. Back here at Chanute High School, where the Lady Blue Comets hold a 24-16 lead after 16 minutes of basketball. We've still got another half to go and lots of action to see, but kind of in spurts, we've seen both teams really show a little bit of offense and a lot of defense. And as expected in game 1 of the year, seen lots of sloppy basketball, but again, that's to be expected.
Yeah, lots of turnovers, and that's what we talked about before the game. First game of the year for Chanute with a lot of inexperience and a lot of youth. So, like you said, to be expected.
Yeah, and it's been an adjustment, obviously, with the 3 seniors graduating from last year, but as the game went on, we've definitely seen Tyra Bogle, definitely there in the second quarter at least, trying to take over a little bit of a score. And then, of course, when Peyton Shields wasn't in the game, Tyra had to kind of take over the role of the point guard. And I think she did good, obviously, knowing her true role as being that 2 guard. Sometimes that's going to be her job. She's going to have to step up and do that. And I think overall, on offense, outside of a possession here or there maybe, first game of the year, can't really be too disappointed with what you saw in the first 16 minutes of basketball. Defensively, pretty good job. Just got to make sure you close out on 3-point shooters and don't give up an open pass inside. And other than that, I think it's been a pretty good half of basketball.
Yeah, the 1-3 hit for Caney was Scott in the first quarter, and I think from what we've seen, that's the one shooter you really got to close out on. I really like the aggression for Chanute on the defensive end, especially we talked about Coach Fox has played 10 players through the first 16 minutes of basketball, so you got fouls to burn. You don't necessarily want to foul, but that aggressive defense, if it leads to fouls and also leads to steals, kind of give and take.
Yeah, for sure. And remember, Ridgewood offers comprehensive benefits, 401k, and competitive pay. Pick up your application at 908 West Chestnut here in Chanute. And scoring-wise, what are we looking at right now so far for both teams?
For Chanute, we'll start it off there. Shields has 8, Bogle with 6, Smith with 6, Haviland with 2, and Fulmer with 2.
Yeah, and that last 2 that Kearney Fulmer scored, that was on that great connection from Tyra Bogle. It was a great look inside. Speaking of connections, get connected with high-speed, unlimited internet on Quickcom's network built with reliability in mind. In town or in the country, get connected with Quickcom Communications. Call 1-800-379-7292. What about the Caney girls?
Yeah, and as we jump over to Caney, just 6 points. 6 points scored in that second quarter for Caney, so Chanute really locking it up. But for Chanute, scoring-wise, 5 for Scott, 2 for Washburn, 3 for Kaminska, 2 for Denny, and 4 for Owens, and that's it for Caney Valley.
Yeah, so it's anybody for Caney Valley. really feeling good right now?
No, absolutely not.
Well, at Cardinal Drug, you're probably not feeling good either. And if you are there, you need to pick up your prescription. But don't forget, come back and browse their selection of seasonal decor and gift ideas when you do feel better. So maybe Caney Valley feeling a little better, they can go check out Cardinal Drug later on. Don't shake your head at me.
I'm not shaking my head.
Again, it's been a good first half. Don't forget, boys game coming up at the conclusion of this one, or about 15 minutes after the conclusion of this one. And again, Chanute girls currently holding on to an 8-point lead. Do want to touch on the guys game a little bit right now while we are at halftime. Caden's excited. It's going to be a good guys team. I know you came in and said it's a team that's going to be full of athleticism, and I agree with you. I'm not saying I don't, and I'm not saying I'm not excited about this team. You seem to be extremely pumped up about this team.
Say what you're sad about.
What I'm sad about?
Yeah.
Well, I've always been told don't talk about things that aren't here. If it's nothing, you can't change it. All right. Look, I'm going to talk about it because I can't help it.
We got to.
Jeremy Combs had an opportunity to take, I'm not going to say a dream job, but he went home.
Yeah.
He got an opportunity to go coach at Barton County. He was the head coach here at Neosho County. And Carter Combs, who last year as a freshman was an all-league player. I mean, he was a stud as a freshman. We talked about it many times. 4 years of calling this kid's games. Going to be so much fun.
We got one.
Look, we can call it what it is. Great Bend offers a better showing for him for potentially the next part of life, the next stage of life than Chanute would.
Absolutely.
That's not a hit on Chanute.
No.
It's a bigger town. It's a higher classification. It's going to be against tougher competition other than Bishop Miege, which is never mind. But it is what it is. You lost a player that you thought you were going to have for 3 more years, but you're still bringing back, 2 really good starters and some really good players off the bench. So,
well, you got 2 starters with Cam and Sean, but we've also early in the year last year, Eric Erb started a couple games early. Caden Seamster started some games late when Garrett Allman went down. Lars Custer also started. He
started the sub-state championship game due to Sean Williams, I believe, was out due to health reasons. So yeah, the 5 that start this year have all started a game at some point this season. It's just only 2 of them have really been consistent starters. But it'll be fun. This guys team. My only concern is when they have to play a team, and I don't want to say concern, but you and I both know. I've called Independence. You even called a couple Independence games. You're from Independence.
Yeah.
It's where you graduated. I did their games for 7.5-ish years. We all know that the best big in the SEK is Easton Ewing down in Independence.
6'7".
6'7". I mean, Chanute just doesn't have anybody 6'7".
No, they don't, but I mean, if you're looking at that matchup, I guess at the other 4 spots, I think you put Chanute in the plus column.
Well, yeah, that's true. But when you can just lob it up top, I don't know. They played 3 times last year, including the playoff game, if you want to call it that, sub-state game. That was the word I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
The second matchup, Independence won that one, correct? On like a last. Were you here for that one?
Yeah.
That was a last-second shot, correct? The first matchup, Caden Seamster actually was matched up with Ewing, and Ewing just was so frustrated because the athleticism that Seamster showed. And
well, that's what I talked about coming in tonight when I said I was excited. Just the athleticism. We watched 4 out of the 5 starters this year for Chanute on the football field for a very strong Blue Comet football team, and excited to get to see him here this basketball season.
Yeah, I was going to touch a little bit on football. We'll do that probably at halftime of the guys game or pregame of the guys game. We'll touch a little bit on what happened in football season. But we've got about 30 seconds before we start this one back up here in the third quarter. Should be a fun second half as both teams out of the locker room. And I want to thank you all for tuning in to our Labette Health halftime show here in this one. And don't forget to tune into the Labette Health halftime show in the guys game, as we'll have that for you. That one probably, about an hour and a half away, as we'll have all kinds of updates then for you for the guys. Chanute will start the second half with possession of the basketball as they hold on to this 8-point lead. So Bogle will inbound to Peyton Shields. Shields gives it off to LaForge. Now up top to Smith. Smith fakes one pass, now gives it to Bogle. She hands off to Peyton Shields. Back to LaForge. Left wing to Bogle. Now up top to Shields. Shields pulls up just beyond the free throw line. That shot is missed. Rebound goes to Caney Valley. Ball goes inside to Washburn. Washburn layup up and goes quickly. Chanute lead trimmed to 6. Now into the corner to LaForge. Up top to Shields. Shields looks inside. Now kicks it back out. Now over to Haviland. Haviland driving. Picks up her dribble. Now out to Smith. Smith spin move. Kicks out to Haviland. Haviland 3-point shot. Just a little long. Offensive rebound goes to Smith. She puts up the shot. She's fouled. Shot won't go. But Jalen Smith, full of emotion, will go to the free throw line. So Smith at the free throw line. First free throw up and misses that one a little bit long and off to the right. Second free throw attempt for Smith. Shot is up and just a little bit long on that one as well. As rebound nearly secured by Bogle, but she tips it out of bounds. Possession will go back to Caney Valley. Kaminska with it. She gives it over to Scott on the left wing. Gives it inside to Washburn. Washburn puts it on the floor, gets to the rim and puts that one in. And Anna Washburn with ease that time. As Peyton Shields will bring it up the floor now for Chanute. Shields splits defenders now. And nice pass on the inside to Bogle. Even better pass this time from Bogle to Smith. And Smith finishes for 2. Blue Comets back up 26-20 now. 6.5 to play in the third quarter. Scott with it now. Cross-court pass over to Hightower. Hightower now into the corner to Kaminska. Up to Washburn. Ball swatted away by Peyton Shields. And Shields with it now, going the other direction. Pass inside to Haviland. Haviland fakes the shot, puts up the layup, and it goes. Great find by Peyton Shields. Great finish for Haviland. Caney Valley wants to take a timeout. And on that note, don't forget to call Ross Daniels of Daniels Auction Service for on-site or online auction sales, and let Daniels Auction Service bring you the highest returns for your assets. Call 620-431-8536. So Caney Valley frustrated with, or I guess head coach Emily Washburn frustrated with the play of Caney Valley here. Saw a little bit of offense finally as Anna Washburn having her way down low, but other than that, Chanute dominating fashion, just running the floor, showing their athleticism that we talked so much about in pregame.
Yeah, getting in transition and a couple great assists by the two girls that leading off tonight we said had to make plays for the Blue Comets.
Yeah, Peyton Shields and Tyra Bogle both with 2 great assists, back-to-back plays. Caney Valley with it. Washburn inside. Kicks it over to Hightower. Back up top to Scott. Now to Washburn. Washburn puts up the shot again. And Anna Washburn with all 6 points for Caney Valley here in the second half. As she's looking to be a problem here on the inside. Peyton Shields drives, spins, puts up the shot. won't go, and rebound goes to Caney Valley. Kaminska with it now. Shuffles her feet. Ball tipped away. Haviland gets it into the hands of Shields. Shields to the basket, pulls up, and gets the 2-point shot to go as pulled up from about 4.5, 5 feet out. Gets that shot to go. Chanute goes back up 8, 30-22 with 5:10 to play in the third. Ball thrown away by Caney Valley, and just unforced errors there by the Bullpups. Chanute will take over. And Peyton Shields with it now, nearly breaking the ankles of her defender, Myra Denny. Hands off to Preston Keating. Keating now over to Haviland. Haviland looking for something to open up. It wasn't there. Gives it back up to Shields up top. She kicks to Keating in the corner. Keating up top to Haviland. And a foul inside. I'm going to say before the shot, Peyton Shields put a shot up, but fouled prior to the shot.
Number 12, Myra Denny, off the hole. Her first personal and the second Lady Buck team foul.
Peyton Shields will handle the inbound. And ball's thrown away into the hands of Washburn, and Washburn going to take this one all the way. Shot goes, and she's fouled as Ashley Haviland just a little too aggressive at the very end of that. That'll be the second foul on Haviland. So Washburn, the and one attempt is missed. And Kelsey Haviland comes down with the rebound. Haviland brings it up the floor herself this time. Gives over to Bogle. Bogle dribbling to the right wing. Hands off to Keating. Now to Fulmer. Fulmer long shot there. That one won't go. Rebound goes to Caney Valley. Sage Scott pushing now for the Bullpups. Little Euro step there. Caden loved that one. And ball nearly saved as said Tyra Bogle stepped on the baseline. I feel like I had a really good look at that. She didn't step on the baseline. Scott thought about the three-point shot and passes it inside to Kaminska. Now over to Denny. Denny's shot won't go. And going to get a jump ball as looks like Ashley Haviland for Chanute and Anna Washburn for Caney Valley tied that one up. Pass goes inside. Denny with it. Lots of contact. No foul called. Bogle with it. Kicks it inside to Haviland. Haviland's shot won't go, but she's fouled. And Ashley Haviland will go to the free throw line to shoot two. My goal is by Christmas break to not be able to look at the roster and figure out which Haviland is Ashley and which Haviland is Kelsey.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know. Not feeling pretty good about that, but nonetheless. First free throw up and missed. Maggie McVeigh checking in. Is this the first time she's been in the game?
Nope.
All right. Second free throw missed as well. So that's 4 free throws missed, I believe, here in the second half by Chanute as they hold on to a slim 6-point lead with 3:45 to play. And shot put up by Myra Denny. It falls, and she's fouled. So Caney Valley potentially cutting this to a one-possession game.
And all 10 points this quarter for Caney Valley have come from inside the paint.
And got a timeout on the floor. Coach Fox wants to talk about it. I don't blame him because, as Caden just mentioned, 10 points now for Caney Valley here in the third quarter, and all 10 coming from inside the paint. And I'm telling you, I've been saying that could be the biggest issue for both the girls and the guys is who's going to be the force down low.
Yeah. You run into some size with Anna Washburn at 5'9". We said they've scored 10 this quarter. She's got 8 of those, and they've all been drop-step layups.
Yeah, when 5'9" is the size that's hurting you, I mean, you might have some problems down the road. I don't know if you've seen Labette County's roster, but
5'9".
That's
across the board.
That's their small players. So free throw attempt here for Denny. Shot is up. It's long off the back of the iron. Rebound goes to Smith. And they're going to say Smith traveled with it. She's got her feet going before she put the ball on the floor. So that'll be a turnover. And Caney Valley still down 2 possessions as Chanute holds on to a 4-point lead, but Caney Valley with the basketball. Hightower with it. And ball swatted away as Jay Smith got her hand in there. Literally swatted that out of bounds. Kaminska will inbound this time. And ends up in the hands of Hightower. Now over to Denny. Denny back to Kaminska. Kaminska gives it off to Washburn. Washburn puts up the shot. It goes. And what was once a 10-point lead here in the third quarter has been cut down to 2. 30-28 with 3:21 to play in the third quarter. Bogle with it now, looking for help. Ball gets poked away. She gets it back, gets to LaForge, now to Smith on the inside. Smith inside, spins, and she's going to get called for the traveling violation once again. Kearney Fulmer going to check in. Smith will check out. And Smith actually will not check out. It'll be LaForge that checks out. So Smith and Fulmer both in the game right now. Not something we see a lot. And Coach Fox actually told me that those two would essentially split minutes with each other. So both of them in the game, a rarity. We're going to see the 1-3-1 zone defense that we see a lot from the Chanute team. They like to put Kearney Fulmer, their biggest player, at the top of it to try to deny that entry pass. And the shot was missed. Good job by Jay Smith to bring it in. Kearney Fulmer running the court. Great job inside. Missed the shot, however. And Caney Valley going to come up with it. Everything looked great except for the shot. Good defense there. Tyra Bogle essentially just stopping to get in the way, but did the job. 2.5 to play. Chanute still holding on to that 2-point lead. Shot put up by Bogle. It goes, and she's fouled. And great job, Tyra Bogle, being aggressive. And again, that's what Coach Fox wants to see out of her, is just play aggressive basketball, get to the rim, and find ways to finish.
Yeah, it's a completely different Tyra. I don't know where you stand on that, but this looks like a completely different player than we've seen the last couple of years.
Free throw up and good as well. So lead extended back out to 5 now. Yeah, I'm liking what I see out of Tyra Bogle this year. I'm sure she's been hearing it in practice every day. You have to be the one that's aggressive. You have to be the one that gets to the rim. Pass inside to Washburn. Washburn layup missed this time. Rebound goes to Haviland. Haviland pressured and finally gets it out to Peyton Shields. Shields going to look to move quick and pass just a little too far in front of Jalen Smith. Somehow ends up into the hands of Peyton Shields. Shields drives, kicks it out to Keating. Keating puts up the 3-point shot, and it's airballed. Good save by Fulmer, and ends up into the hands of Caney Valley. Now Kaminska, and Kaminska going to put up the layup, and it will fall. Good effort there by Peyton Shields, but just couldn't quite get a hand on it. 3-point lead for the Blue Comets. Minute 40 to go in the third quarter. Pass inside to Keating, and Keating just hesitated a little bit. Looked like she might have had a lane if she would have just kept her momentum going, but held up. Pass inside to Washburn. Washburn throws up a prayer, and rebound going to go to Fulmer. She kicks it out, ends up into the hands of Peyton Shields, and Chanute might slow it down a little bit this time. Minute 10 to play. Again, still 33-30, Chanute on top. Smith with it now on the inside. And she travels once again on the inside. And that's on her. Caden's telling me that's the 7th turnover on Jalen Smith tonight. And I'll say this. Every single one of them has just been her trying to make something happen.
Oh, yeah, it's very high motor.
It's
feet get ahead of her, balance is lost.
I don't think anybody's going to question the effort. Again, Chanute leading by 3. Scott thought about the three-point shot, and she'll drive inside. Now gives it over to Kaminska. Kaminska misses the layup, and rebound will go to Caney Valley. Kaminska wide open layup, and ball was just on the ground for an awful long time, but Kaminska ended up with the layup. 30 seconds to play. Chanute holding on to a 1-point lead. And Chanute will look to hold for the last shot. Clock down to 12 now. Peyton Shields drives inside, gives to Haviland, now back to Shields. Shields going to pull up, and shot won't go. Rebound by LaForge. Her shot will go, and she's fouled with 2.6 seconds to play in the third quarter. Extends the lead back out to 3 with an opportunity for one more. Great job by Madison LaForge following up the Peyton Shields shot and getting a quick finish there to get 2 more on the board and a potential 1 more after that. Free throw won't go. Rebound goes to Denny. Denny puts up a prayer. It's after the buzzer, however. So after 3, Chanute leading 35-32. And what was, for all intents and purposes, a high-scoring third quarter compared to what we've seen so far, especially from the likes of Anna Washburn, who, correct me if I'm wrong, finished with 10 points in the quarter.
And we referenced it earlier, but I think they were at 8 points in the paint. This quarter, all 16 points scored by Caney Valley were scored inside the paint.
Yeah, and that's 16 points. Isn't that what they had at half?
Yep.
Yeah, so a very high-scoring quarter for Caney Valley. Chanute's got to find a way to pick it up on defense. Don't forget to get connected with high-speed, unlimited internet on QuickCom's network built with reliability in mind. In town or in the country, get connected with QuickCom Communications. Call 1-800-379-7292. So again, 35-32. Chanute will have possession of the basketball to start the fourth quarter. Don't forget to pick up your application at Bridgewood Cabinetry. They offer comprehensive benefits, 401k, and competitive pay. Check them out at 908 West Chestnut in Chanute. Jalen Smith now gives to Bogle, now to Peyton Shields. Shields kicks it inside to Smith, now to LaForge. And going to get a 3-second violation on Jalen Smith. An unforced error there by Chanute. Holding on to that 3-point lead. Kaminska with it. Now up top to Denny. Denny forces up a shot. That one goes. I think it was a shot.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be an air ball.
More of just a throw towards the basket, but found the bottom of the net, which is all that really matters. Shot put up, and it's missed. But earning 2 shots from the free throw line will be Tyra Bogle. First free throw up and missed by Bogle. Second free throw now pending. Shot up. That one missed short. And lots of missed free throws here in the second half by Chanute. Layup won't go by Caney. However, they will get the rebound. Ball ends up into the hands of Denny. Now to Kaminska. Kaminska bounce pass inside to no one. And Madison LaForge will come up with it.
Yeah, Brett, as you referenced, Chanute 0 of their last 8 from the free throw line.
Yeah, not great. LaForge with it up top to Bogle. Bogle back to LaForge inside to Smith. Smith has it batted out of her hands. But Chanute will keep possession of the basketball. Kearney Fulmer will check in. Smith will check out. So Peyton Shields to inbound. Gets it into Fulmer. Fulmer bounce pass over to LaForge. Can't get that one to go. Ball still up for grabs and going to get a reach in on LaForge. That's just the third team foul on Chanute. We've got 6 team fouls on Caney Valley, so Chanute will be shooting free throws from here on out, although I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Ball goes inside to Washburn. Washburn, like she's going to get bumped, and looked like she actually had a lane to the basket, so that foul, again, not the worst thing in the world. Foul was charged to Kearney Fulmer, her second. Inbound goes to Denny. Denny kicks it up top to O'Shields. Now back to Denny. Denny throws up another wild shot. That one goes as well. That's one of the ugliest shots I've ever seen, but she's made back-to-back shots. Well, I guess it works. Caney Valley with their first lead in a really long time. 36-35. Chanute's going to take a timeout. It'll be a full 1-minute timeout with 6:14 to play. And, man, Caney Valley trailing by 8 at the break, now with a 1-point lead. And just really dominating the second half, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I think we've seen a more relaxed defense for Chanute in the second half, and it really has not paid off.
Yeah, at the break, we talked about, wanting to see that aggressive defense, potentially pressing a lot. We really, like you said, haven't seen that. Just kind of sitting back in the half-court defense, relying on what they can do in that 1-3-1 zone, and then hope the offense can get something done at the other end. But it just hasn't been successful up to this point. Makes you wonder if that's one of the reasons Coach Fox called the timeout, to kind of go over some of these changes they need to make here in the final 6+ minutes of the fourth quarter. And remember, Cardinal Drug, you might be there to drop off your prescription because you don't feel very well. But don't forget to come back and browse their selection of seasonal decor and gift ideas when you do feel better. So Chanute will inbound here on the near sideline. Inbound goes to Peyton Shields. Shields going to be guarded by Denny. Gives off to Haviland. Haviland thought about going inside, just wasn't there. Now back out to Peyton Shields. Bounce pass on the inside to Fulmer. Pass tipped away. Now goes back into the hands of Shields. Peyton Shields being guarded closely by Myra Denny. Now over to LaForge. Back up top to Bogle. Inside to Fulmer. Fulmer's shot goes. And great finish there by Kearney Fulmer. And once again, Tyra Bogle getting inside and utilizing that bounce pass to get it into the bigs. And a hard foul. That time, that's number 11, Kelsey Haviland. Hey, if you're going to foul somebody, make it worth it, I guess. Haviland lowering the shoulder. I don't think it was intentional, but just the way their bodies kind of hit each other, it looked like she just decked her.
Hey, we're a big fan of hard fouls up here.
Yeah, I personally am, but I've always said if you're going to foul somebody, make it worth it. But ball thrown away, stolen away. Peyton Shields passes up the three-point shot. Now drives inside, puts up the layup. It goes.
Tough bucket.
Yeah, falling away, but great job that time by Peyton Shields. Chanute goes back up 3. Caney Valley with it. O'Shields kicks it out to Kaminska. Now to Denny, back to Kaminska. Kaminska driving. Ball goes into the hands of Sage Scott. Scott up top to Denny. Denny driving now to the Kaminska on the left side. Kaminska driving but too far under the basket. Sage Scott long two. That one won't go. Rebound goes to Peyton Shields. Why not? Smallest girl on the floor. Shields going to set up the offense. Gives to Bogle. Bogle three-point shot. And just a little bit long. Has Chanute made a three-point shot tonight?
No.
Okay. Didn't think so, but it's not something we're used to seeing.
Oh, that was by far the closest miss, too.
Ball swatted away, and Tyra Bogle saves it off the leg of Kaminska. Great job, great effort by Tyra Bogle. No quitting her game here tonight. Nobody more excited than me except maybe Peyton Shields, standing there right in Tyra Bogle's face, getting her pumped up. The big defensive stop. Tyra Bogle with it now. Hands off to Peyton Shields. Behind the back dribble. And gets inside, but gets it swatted away. And Sage Scott comes up with it. Ball knocked out of bounds. And it'll stay with Caney Valley. 4:01 to play. Chanute holding on to a 3-point lead, so still one possession, 39-36.
Love to see that from Peyton, though. Gets blocked on one end, runs down the ball on the other end, and knocks it out of bounds to ruin the transition opportunity for Caney.
Yeah, ball nearly thrown away, and as Maggie McVeigh barely had possession, Caney Valley calls timeout. They're going to take a 30-second timeout. And with that 30 seconds, it's a good time to remind you that Commercial Bank focuses on bringing you products and services that simplify your day-to-day life, serving Southeast Kansas since 1874. Stop by the Chanute branch at 1315 South Santa Fe. So again, Chanute holding on to that slim 3-point lead. What has been a fun season opening matchup between Chanute and Caney Valley. Caney will inbound on the far sideline right in front of their bench. Inbound will go to Scott. Sage Scott just going to pull up from three and drain it, and that just cannot happen. Chanute was in a zone defense, and she was just kind of sitting in between two players and drained the three-point shot to tie it up. Peyton Shields' shot now blocked, and possession will stay with Chanute. But, man, I go back to that last substitution out of a timeout. I get it, you're in a zone, but Sage Scott just between two defenders and had about 5 feet of space between both of them. Just said, all right, I guess I'll take this shot. Tied the game up. And now an ugly shot there by Haviland. Caney Valley going the other direction. Looks like we're going to get a foul on Bogle. It's kind of an awkward foul where Bogle wasn't really quite set. Scott just kind of went into her, and both girls went down, but Scott thought about the three-point shot from about the exact same spot on the floor. Chanute quick to close out. Shot put up by Washburn. That one's missed. Rebound goes into the hands of Kimberly Owens. It's knocked out of bounds off of Chanute. Three-point shot put up by Scott. That one's missed. And ball saved once again by Caney Valley. Been a long Caney Valley possession. And now a foul up top on Kearney Fulmer. And that's going to send Sage Scott to the free throw line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. So Caney Valley looking to take the lead once again. They briefly held a 1-point lead earlier, but That's the biggest lead of the game I believe they've had, is just 1 point. First free throw is missed. That was the front end of a 1-and-1, so it will stay tied at 39 as we go under the 3-minute mark here in this one. Pass goes over to Peyton Shields. Shields drives, scoop shot with the left hand. That one rolls in. Great job by Peyton Shields to get to the rim. Put Chanute back up to 41-39, 2:40 to play. Scott, hard pass on the inside, and that sure looked like it went off the leg of Jay Smith, and yep, it will get corrected. Jalen Smith turned around, had a little bit of a smirk on her face. She knew, but hey, as soon as they said Chanute ball, she just turned and ran. She tried to sell it. Inbound goes to Washburn. Washburn's shot won't fall. Rebound will go to Caney Valley. Washburn going to try again. Now kicks it out to Sage Scott. Scott's three missed. Man, she was wide open. Arguably the best look she's had all night. Caden wanted a 3-second call on Caney Valley. Couldn't get it. Layup again missed by Caney Valley. That time it was Kimberly Owens. Chanute finally comes down with the rebound. And Chanute leading by 2. 2:07 to play. And Jay Smith forces up a shot. I don't like the quick shot there that time by Smith. You've got a 2-point lead. I know you don't want to just try to run clock with a 2-point lead, but it just seemed kind of like she looked around, couldn't find anybody, and said, I guess I'll shoot. Peyton Shields to inbound, gets it into Smith. Smith spins, layup won't go. Jalen Smith had a good look at it. Caney Valley coming the other direction now. Into the hands of Kaminska. Now to Hightower. Hightower puts up a 3-point shot. That one won't go. Now back into the hands of Peyton Shields. Shields with 1:40 to play. Coach Fox saying, hey, calm down. Again, Chanute holding on to that 2-point lead. Shields got to do something with it, and Coach Fox going to call timeout. He'll take a full timeout. Smart use of the timeout because Peyton Shields just dribbling while being guarded was getting ready to get that 5-second call. You know, Coach Fox bailing her out of trouble. And remember, it's cheaper to buy a month-to-month policy from Associated Professional Services than it is to pay to get your license back after getting a DUI. Call Peggy Davidson at 431-9699. Caden, what's Chanute got to do here other than just plain and simple be patient?
I can move the ball, be smart. With a minute 33 left, I think you're looking for a layup. If not, kind of sit on it, make them foul you. You're going to the line, and it's time to make some free throws.
Well, at the same time, if I'm Caney Valley, I'm down 2 at this point. Chanute has shot just absolutely horrible from the free throw line. At what point does Caney say, you know what? Send them to the line. Make them earn this win. See if we can't slow them down, make them miss some free throws, and we'll trust our offenses. Caney's had a little bit of success getting inside in the paint area, especially with Anna Washburn. Not as much here in the fourth quarter, but second half overall, they've had some success doing that. Bogle will inbound, gets it into the backcourt to Shields. Shields will bring it across the timeline now, being guarded by Hightower. Gives it off to Bogle. Bogle being guarded by Scott. Shields going to get bumped. Bogle going to get bumped. And that'll send Tyra Bogle to the free throw line where she missed her last 2, I believe. So front end of the 1-and-1 is up, and that's missed. So good strategy there. If you're Caney Valley just trying to throw the ball away right now. There's nobody even behind half court for Chanute. And Caney Valley just tried to throw it out of bounds twice. Caney Valley trailing by 2 with the basketball. 1 minute to go now here. I believe that was a premature 1-minute call. There's still 1:01 on the clock. But Jalen Smith going to get tagged with the foul. That'll be her third, but more importantly, going to send Anna Washburn to the free throw line, shooting a 1-and-1, but if she can make both of them, it would tie this one up. The front end of the 1-and-1 by Washburn is long off the glass, hard off the glass. Rebound goes to Smith, now into the hands of Bogle. And they're trying to foul Tyra Bogle. It was pretty clear. And Peyton Shields now, and they're hacking like crazy, not getting the calls. Now, that was probably the 8th least most physical foul there, but it's the one they got called. So. There was borderline assault going on near midcourt. Tyra Bogle now, yet another 1-and-1 opportunity. Front end this time.
There we go.
Hits that one. And Peyton Shields again at half court, her biggest cheerleader on the floor. So make this one to make it a 2-possession game as we sit with 44.4 seconds on the clock. Second free throw up. That one's short. Tyra Bogle gets her own rebound and going to get a jump ball. Possession will go to Caney. The only thing I didn't like about that is when Bogle got it, she tried to pass it inside to Jalen Smith, who was near the basket. There was no point in trying to force points there. Just needed to retain possession of the basketball. And Scott going to get charged. Going to call a block on Peyton Shields. My goodness. Sage Scott lowered her shoulder. A tough break there for Peyton Shields.
Like Ty Leedy in space.
Oh, man.
Lower the shoulder.
Oh. Sage Scott, 1-and-1 opportunity. Front end is up, and that one rolls out. Ball doesn't lie. Tyra Bogle with the rebound. She's fouled immediately with 33 seconds exactly to play here in regulation. Tyra Bogle to the line once again. They're going to make Tyra Bogle earn these points.
Front end of the 1-and-1. Here's the big one. Push it to 2 possessions.
Front end up and in. And now Chanute going to clear the lane. That way they can get back and set up a true defense. Second free throw attempt by Bogle. This one up and misses that one. And timeout Caney with 32 seconds remaining. Chanute holding on to a 43-39 advantage in what has been a fun one here so far tonight. It probably sounds a little surprising to say. It's low 40s to upper 30s. A little more high scoring than I expected.
Yeah, after first game of the year for Chanute, and first game Caney played this year, had an extra 5 minutes and only put up 28.
Yeah, so they're definitely having a much higher scoring night than they did Friday night, and obviously Chanute not scoring at a high clip by any means, but based upon the fact that we knew they had so much to replace from last year, done a pretty good job.
And this is all from the 43 with no 3-point baskets made for Chanute.
But Bogle and Shields both in double figures, correct?
Yep.
So the players that you expected to score have so far tonight.
I think the big thing with both Peyton and Tyra is they both come up big in other aspects of the game. Tyra's play made really well for others, and Peyton's got in on a bunch of steals, especially there late in the first half.
And got to play good defense here if you're Chanute. Can't give up an easy layup. Still, again, 32 seconds to play, a 2-possession game, but Caney Valley can get right back in this with a made basket on this possession. Scott with it now. Yeah, looked nearly like a double dribble. Looking for some help. Now gets it inside to McVeigh. And it's thrown away. Possession will go back to Chanute. So 17.9 seconds to play. Got to expect Caney Valley to foul almost immediately. And Chanute smartly going to take a timeout. Coach Fox wants to talk about it because it looked like Caney was going to bring some pressure, try to steal the inbound pass. Coach wants to make sure they've got the perfect play drawn up. What's your play? Home run pass.
Home run pass.
You know what I'm talking about? When they all like run to the basket and the one person takes off.
Yeah, leaks out. We had that work at Fort Scott my senior year.
Is that like 1980?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with your beard, I can't tell if you're like 22 or 42. I don't know. So Bogle will handle the inbound duties. And we got a foul. They call a foul on Chanute? And Coach Fox nearly just picked up a technical foul, I believe. Spoke his mind and knew when to quit. The foul was charged to Kelsey Haviland. Scott thinking about the three-point shot. A little surprised she didn't take it. And then throws it away. Haviland nearly loses it. Now into the hands of Bogle. And then smacked in the face is Bogle.
You talked about Coach Fox nearly picking up a technical. Look right at the official. Ask him, are you really going to call that right now?
He knew what he could get away with. I like it. He's an experienced coach, knows what he can say. These officials know him. He's a respected coach in the league. Bogle's first free throw up and in. Again, just 8 seconds to play. As Chanute now up 5. Second free throw for Bogle. That one's missed. Rebound goes to Caney as nobody for Chanute was in the lane. Washburn drives to the basket and just throws it out of bounds. And with 1.4 to play, Chanute will get possession. And that should wrap it up here in this one. As Peyton Shields dribbles it out. And Chanute, Blue Comets come away with their first victory of the year. They'll move to 1-0 as they'll get ready to head west out to Rose Hill Friday night. That'll be a fun matchup out there. Again, a team that Chanute has seen over the last couple years, but a non-league opponent in Rose Hill. But again, here tonight, 44-39, the final score. And Chanute moving to 1-0, and we are 15 minutes away from the guys' action here tonight, and should be a great matchup between the Chanute boys and the Caney Valley boys. We're actually going to send it back to the studio for 2 minutes. When we come back, we will have your post-game show. You're tuned in to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. You got me? Yeah. Back here at Chanute High School. Again, the girls winning tonight 44-39 over Caney Valley, moving to 1-0 on the season. And a great start here tonight for this young Chanute Blue Comet girls team. And we're going to jump right into the stats, actually, as Caney Valley led tonight by Anna Washburn. She finishes the night with 12 points. Sage Scott adding in 8. Myra Denny with 8 as well. Cameron Kaminska with 7. And Kimberly Owens adding in 4. Again, 39 tonight for Caney Valley as a team. For Chanute, great night all around as Peyton Shields finishes the night as the leading scorer. She has 14. Joining her in double figures, Tyra Bogle with 12. Jay Smith adding in 8. Kearney Fulmer with 4 here tonight. Ashley Haviland with 2. Kelsey Haviland with 2. Madison LaForge with 2 as well. And great minutes also. Preston Keating, Kinley Chard, and Grace Uner. Is a great win tonight overall for the Lady Blue Comets. Again, they moved to 1-0 on the season. And really, we kind of expected a team that was going to come out, be aggressive on defense, and that really wasn't the case. I mean, it was not that they didn't have a good game plan coming in, just expected more on the defensive side of things, but still put together a really good game and able to finish off Caney Valley. And it came somehow in a long stretch, some weird way. The free throw line is what sealed the victory tonight.
Somehow. At one point, what I say?
Missed 8 in a row.
Over their last 9 or over the last 8.
If Chanute would have shot 70% from the free throw line, they win this game by like 12, 13, 14. But unfortunately, they shot about 30%. But they hit a couple when they needed to turn a tie game into a 5-point victory. And somebody once said, there's no such thing as an ugly win. I don't know if anybody ever said that, but I did, so quote me on that. A win is a win. I always told I had an ugly shot when I play, and I went, man, went in, didn't it? No such thing as an ugly shot. No such thing as an ugly win. Maybe I'll work up one of them good Ted Lasso quotes as we go on
throughout the year. You come up with your Ted Lasso quote, and I'll find my I'll be your Jay Billis and find something to whine about for 8 minutes at a time every time something happens.
Well, I had something prepared before the girls' game, and I forgot about it. So we're going to try to do it before the guys' game. If I remember, I'll probably forget by then. But nonetheless, Caden's asking me for a stat sheet for the guys' game because he ruined one earlier.
Well, Kane ruined it.
Yeah, we'll blame Kane.
Hope you're listening.
Kane down in Independence. Gave me a bad picture, so thanks a lot, man. But yeah, girls finishing off the night 1-0 with a 44-39 victory. We're going to move on now to the guys' pregame show. And for the guys, I don't want to say I don't know what to expect, because we do in a sense know that this Chanute team is likely going to be one of the most athletic teams in the SEK. I know Parsons brings back a lot of talent and a lot of speed. Coffeyville lost a lot. Independence, they've got a good big, but outside of that, lots of question marks. Fort Scott, young, inexperienced. Lebec County, outside of Eli Heston, I don't really know what they got. Pittsburgh.
Javon's gone. Their D1 point guard is gone.
Thornton, I think, is about all. Elijah Thornton's about all they got.
Senior this year.
I'm not saying that's not all they got, but that's all they have returning. Got me? Turn off the feed so I can hear you. Okay. Back here at Chanute High School. Apologize once again. Some technical difficulties. I think our box is a little overloaded right now. We will address that here in the next couple days, hopefully. But again, here, the guys' game, about 5.5 minutes left before we tip off in the guys' game. And as we were saying before we cut out, it's going to be an interesting season as don't really know what to expect. We know it's an athletic team. We know it's going to be a team that just wants to get up and down the floor nonstop. Lots of good guard play. Your key returning players, obviously, guys that started all year, Sean Williams and Cam Custer, but also bringing back Caden Seamster, who filled in and started a little bit, Lars Custer, who started at the very end of the year due to some injuries and whatnot, and then Eric Erb, who has started on and off the last 2 years, really. I mean, he's played a lot. He's got the varsity experience. And then there's going to be some young guys that fill in that have a lot of good experience at the JV level, but know how to play the game fairly well. And should be a fun team. We were talking about the SEK and where this team might finish, and kind of went down the line. Parsons last year, who won the sub-state, they returned some guys, but a lot of youth, not a lot of size. You look at Independence, they've got the size in the league, but that's about it. You look at Coffeyville, their best player, he's gone. And you look at Fort Scott, again, a lot of youth. Lebec County, it's Eli Heston and a bunch of dudes. And then Pittsburgh, who has Elijah Thornton and a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, and no disrespect to anybody that's out there playing. That's just, as far as we know at this point, we haven't seen anybody go out and prove it yet. And,
that's where my excitement came from earlier. I look at the five that we're throwing out here, and like we talked about earlier a little bit, watched what four of the starting five go out and perform, and all these guys, they were dudes this year during football season.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, just athletic, long, and we'll talk about it one more time and never talk about it for the rest of the year. My concern is, where's your ball handling come from? When the offensive possession kind of dies down, who's going to be that guy to go get a bucket? Because last year that was Carter Combs and guys like Cam Custer that could kind of drift to the corner.
I think Cam's probably going to be your leader in that department this year. I think he's going to have to be forced to be that guy, and if not him, I don't know. I think that's something that we literally have to sit back and see who's going to be the one to step up. And I want to go back real fast to anybody that's out there listening that's other SEK schools that probably has an issue with me saying that every other team has this guy, just other dudes. You look at the returning players for Chanute, yeah, Cam Custer averaged 15.5 points a game last year, got all-state recognition. Nobody else returning averaged more than 4.5 a game. So I bet Coffeyville's radio crew and Independence's radio crew, they're probably saying it's Cam Custer and a bunch of dudes.
We're homers.
But we know,
yeah.
we know. We saw these guys in football season. We know the athleticism that Caden Seamster has. We know the ability and the smarts and the wits that Sean Williams has. We know, Lars Custer did a really good job holding the camera during football season. He was up there in the box with us a couple times. But it was a really good job by all these guys during football season. And they just want to carry over the success into basketball season that they had during football season. Unfortunately, they just ran into a private school. And, for the 8th straight year, a private school won 4A state football. And anyway,
I don't have any words about it.
Yeah, we don't like that.
I don't talk nice.
We just
talk about those schools.
We just make quick little snippets about it and then move on. But nonetheless, again, about a minute and a half here before we tip off in this one. The one thing we know about Caney is they like to shoot from outside. These are some notes I got from Coach before the game. He told me, the keys coming into this game, they're going to lean on Cam Custer and Sean Williams heavily as we start out the season. Caney shoots very well from the three. Caney's going to play a 2-3 zone, and Chanute has to find a way to attack that zone. And, of course, last but not least, Chanute should have the advantage tonight on the glass because they have those athletic guys that can get to the rim, and he feels like that's a big advantage here tonight against this Caney Valley team. We are about 45 seconds away now. We will have the national anthem here in this one.
We better, you promised.
I promise, but we are going to keep it here for the national anthem.
Join me in honoring the greatest nation in the world as the Chanute High School band.
We will let you tune in and listen in as well.
Perform our national anthem.
And a wonderful job there by the Chanute High School band, as always, and we'll let you tune into that every home game this year as they do a wonderful job once again here at Chanute High School. So starters will be coming out. Again, in alternating fashion, which is one of my favorite things that I love to see. I don't know why. I've just always enjoyed the alternating fashion, and it's something that we didn't get to see last year due to COVID. They just tried to avoid as much contact as possible. I understood it, but it just took away from that high school experience of, I don't know, just you got used to things a certain way, and that way got taken away. And shout out to the Chanute High School as the graphics on the video board here, the scores table, are pretty sweet.
Yeah, that new scores table is catching eyes. That's the first thing I noticed when I walked in tonight.
Yeah, like player profiles and everything up there. That's quite impressive. So again, starters getting announced. We will get those to you as they finish them. As Caden going to get those all done. I believe you have those ready for us now.
Yeah, first Chanute, starting with, which we've talked a bunch about already, but Sean Williams, Eric Erb, Lars Custer, Caden Seamster, and Cam Custer. And then for Caney Valley, they're going with Billingsley, Rogers, Stimpson, Grant, and Brandon.
Bullpups are coached by Jim Deep. He is assisted by Brett Anderson.
So again, that's
Coached by
Sean Williams, Eric Erb, Larson Custer, Caden Seamster, and Cam Custer for Chanute. Billingsley, Rogers, Stimson, Grant, and Brandon for Caney Valley. Caney Valley coming into this one 0-1 as they fell to Independence on Friday night. Gave the Bulldogs a pretty good game on Friday, so it should be a good one here. We'll see what all this athleticism is all about as Caden Seamster, not your normal guy jumping center, but Seamster just at 6'1", but can jump out of the gym. Loses the tip this time. Ball goes into the hands of Grant. Grant now to the ground. Ball stolen away by Williams. Sean Williams, a great defender, and shows it off first possession. Custer outside to Seamster. Seamster three-point shot. Misses that one. Offensive rebound goes to Lars Custer. Kicks it back out to Cam. Cam spin move inside. Goes to the basket. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Cam Custer. They didn't call it all in the girls' game. Same three officials, but okay. Chanute going to apply pressure. That's probably one of my biggest gripes about high school basketball when you have officials that do both games.
Right.
When they call the guys' game different from the girls. Grant with it now up top. He'll give off to Stimson. Stimson being guarded by Seamster. Now off to Billingsley. Billingsley to the top of the key being guarded by Erb. Billingsley drives inside, now kicks it out. It'll be Grant, three-point shot. That one goes as Gage Grant hits the three-point shot.
And you can't lose him. He torched Indy for 23 of their 51 on Friday night.
He doesn't look like he'd be the guy that scores on this team, but I guess he is. Sean Williams now gives off to Seamster, over to Lars Custer, now to Erb in the corner. Erb up top to Cam. Cam gives off to Seamster, now to Lars in the corner. Lars going to bring it back up top to Sean Williams. Williams to Erb. Erb looking for something to set up. Chanute very spread out right now. Chanute just doesn't have a true post game right now. Erb back up top. Looks inside. Gets it to Cam Custer. Custer going to drive inside. Splits defenders. Lots of contact. No call made. Considering they just called a charge on Cam the last possession. Got to be very frustrating for Cam. Erb with it now over to Sean Williams. Looks inside. Custer just not there. Over to Lars Custer now. Going to drive baseline. Splits defenders. Kicks it over to Seamster. Now inside to Sean Williams. Williams backing down his defender. Splits defenders. And the shot goes. Again, lots of contact once again. But Sean Williams still able to get that shot to go.
I really like that possession, though. Take some time. Great job being patient.
Sean Williams look a lot bigger this year.
He looks much longer and much more athletic. I was just thinking that.
Okay, it's not just me. I know he played extremely well in football season, but Sean Williams looked like he gained 6 inches
Looks
this year.
like a whole new kid.
Holy cow. Shot made at the other end, and Lars Custer drains the three at this end, ties this one up at 5 apiece with 5.5 to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, gave a little head fake on that zone. Nobody stepped up, so he stepped back and shot it.
Grant with it now, being guarded by Williams. Sean Williams, the best defender on this Chanute team. He's proved it for 3 years in a row now. Grant puts up the three, airballs that one short as Sean Williams was right there in his face. Follow-up shot by Rogers won't go, and Caney still with possession of the basketball. Billingsley drives, gets that one to go. And Jack Billingsley just too quick. Lars Custer thought about the three once again. Now picks up his dribble, gives off to Erb. Erb thought about the three as well. Cam Custer with it in the corner now, dribbling it up top. Lars Custer into the corner to Erb. Erb's not afraid to take that corner three. Kicks it out to Seamster, now to Lars Custer in the corner. Lars pump fake, gets inside, puts up the two-point shot, and that one goes as well. So Lars Custer 5 straight points and ties this one back up at 7. Grant with it, gets it inside. Ball stolen away by Seamster. One-on-one here. Seamster goes to the basket. Lots of contact. How is there no foul called on that one? Lars Custer going to fire up the three. Yeah, heat check indeed. He was falling to his side. Not a great shot by Lars Custer, but Coach Crabtree, he'll let his guys shoot. Not afraid. He was a shooter in his day. Sean Williams, great defense. Nearly stole it away. Now tipped away by Herb and finally ends up into the hands nearly of Seamster. And they're going to call a foul on Caney Valley. Foul was charged to Anthony Rogers. So Williams will bring it up the floor this time. He'll hand off to Cam Custer. Cam into the corner to Lars. Lars thought about another three. Now he'll give off to Herb. Herb to Seamster in the corner. Seamster bounce pass up top to Williams. Over to Lars. Lars going to go to Herb now. Very patient offense as they just wait for the shot to open up itself. Hope the defense will get a little lazy. Over to Herb inside to Custer. Custer shot blocked down. Great job on the defensive side from Kyler Brandon, the 6-foot senior. Williams to inbound. He'll give it in to Cam Custer. Custer over to Herb. Now Herb going to bring it up top. Gives to Lars. Lars to Seamster in the corner. Ball nearly tipped away. Gets it into the hands of Williams and finally stolen away by Billingsley. Grant with it now. And makes it over into the hands of Brandon, but that ball bounced on the baseline. It'll be a turnover. Chanute will keep possession now. 2:49 to play. Still tied at 1 touchdown apiece.
Unless Harrison Butker's kicking the extra point.
He's missed like one all year. Chill. Lars Custer with it now. Up top to Herb. Herb over to Williams. Got to find a way to break this 2-3 zone. Into the corner to Seamster. Seamster steps back for the three, and that one rims out. Remember, Seamster had that game last year at Pittsburgh where he just went off from behind the arc, gave the Blue Comets just the spark they needed. Ball nearly stolen away by Herb. Man, that sure looked like a lot of ball. There was the reach after, but it seemed like there could have been a jump ball prior. It'll be the second foul on Chanute. Herb's first. Rogers to inbound this time. Gets it inside to Brandon. Falls away, puts up the shot, rolls off the side of the rim. Rebound goes to Seamster. He gives it off to Cam Custer into the corner to Herb. Herb thought about the three-point shot, just not there. Custer picks up his dribble inside to Williams. Williams has to kick it back out to Lars, now to Cam to Herb. Herb pulls up from three and long off the back of the rim. 1:45 to play. Neither team has substituted yet in this game. Billingsley with it, now to Grant. Grant pulls up from distance. That one rims out. Looked good, but just barely rimmed out. Herb with the rebound. Herb over to Lars Custer, now to Cam. Cam looking for something to open up. Kicks it back up top to Herb. Now to Williams, back to Herb, and that'll be thrown away out of bounds. It'll be a turnover on Chanute. And Coach Crabtree wants a timeout. I believe it'll be a 30-second timeout. An early use of the timeout as Coach Crabtree just unhappy with the way his offense is moving right now.
Well, or the fact that it's not.
Yeah, the fact that everybody's just kind of standing around waiting for the ball to come to them. Yeah, not a lot of movement. Just kind of a stagnant offense at this point. Remember to call Ross Daniels of Daniels Auction Service for on-site or online auction sales, and let Daniels Auction Service bring you the highest returns for your assets. Call 620-431-8536. Caney Valley with the basketball. They'll inbound here on the near sideline. Again, tied up 7 apiece, 1:20 to play in the first quarter. get a moving screen as it'll be Anthony Rogers handed off and then tried to roll out of it and just went right into the Chanute defender. Going to get a moving screen on that one. It'll be his second foul. Did you like that call? I personally didn't think it was a foul. But
I didn't either.
All right. I mean, I'll take it, but Williams with it now up top. Chanute offense moving a little bit more this time. A lot of crossing action going on. Great look inside as Seamster gets the bucket to go. Great find by Cam Custer.
Just get a little movement, get flashers and cutters, make that defense pay attention to something other than you and the ball.
Brandon with it up top. And ball's going to roll away nearly out of, that's a travel. Shuffled his feet. Eric Erb playing great defense. Cam Custer with it now. Going to drive inside, kicks it out to Erb. Great defense there by Caney Valley. And Seamster had a wide open three, just missed it. Custer with it now. Floater won't go. And a wasted opportunity there by Chanute as it felt like that possession was sure points. 16 seconds to play. Caney likely to hold for the last shot. Got to keep an eye on the three-point shooters, especially Grant. Grant with it, gives off to Billingsley. Ball nearly thrown out of bounds. Billingsley going to pull up from long range, short off the front of the rim. Custer going to throw one down, but well after the buzzer. Falls harmlessly to the ground, and after one quarter, Chanute holding on to a slim 2-point lead as they lead 9-7 here in this one. Kind of a non-eventful first quarter. And neither team, again, using a substitution, so probably a lot of tired guys. I'm not saying that you have to sub, but you would think this early in the season, I don't know, I guess everybody's just well-conditioned this early. I don't know.
I don't believe that. those guys, like we talked about, for those five starters coming out of football season, those 6-second plays are nothing compared to 8-minute quarters without a whole lot of stoppage.
Yeah, I don't know. I just I'm not questioning anybody's decision on that, but on the girls' game had a very different feel as it was substitution after substitution after substitution. And same five will stay on the floor for Chanute to start the second quarter. And it appears that'll be the same way for Caney. So maybe we'll just do a 5-on-5 tonight. We could have just brought 10 guys to the floor and play basketball. Well, Chanute will inbound. It'll go to Williams. Williams over to Erb on the right side. Looks inside. And it's thrown away, or knocked away anyway. And Grant comes up with it. Gage Grant now looks to Billingsley. And ball knocked out of bounds. Good job by Eric Erb to get in that passing lane. Inbound knocked away by Erb once again. Eric Erb showing that maybe he should have played a little more defense during football. Although
this is a one-way player.
The defense played really well during football season too. So, Caden Seamster getting talked to by the official for something. Inbound goes to Billingsley. He's guarded by Erb. Handoff goes to Rogers. Rogers now to Grant. Kicks it out to Billingsley. Billingsley three-point shot put up. And Jack Billingsley drains the three. Puts Caney Valley up 10-9 here 30 seconds into the second quarter. Cam Custer with it now. Gives off to Seamster. Got one blue comment at the table. Looks like that's Parker Manley set to check in. Goes inside to Williams. Williams back out to Erb. Now over to Seamster. Seamster wide open from three and misses that one. A little flat on the shot, it appeared. Grant with it now for Caney Valley, being guarded by Williams. Gives off to Stimson. Stimson's shot won't go. Rebound goes to Sean Williams. Williams going to go all the way to the hole. He's fouled. Can't get the shot to go. But Sean Williams will go to the free throw line to shoot two.
22, Gage Grant called for the shooting foul. That's Grant's first
First free throw for Williams. First one's up and missed. Parker Manley checking in as Eric Erb will check out. Send it back ASAP, please. Yes. Second free throw is made by Williams. Ball nearly stolen away by Manley. Eventually is. He gets it off to Williams. Up to Custer. Custer fakes, gets it in and goes. Looks like a lot of contact, but Cam Custer still able to get that one to go. Blue Comets now up 12-10 with 6:15 to play in the second quarter. That play started by the defense of Parker Manley. Great defense by Sean Williams on Billingsley, and now an offensive foul as Lars Custer just setting still on the block.
And that was all Sean Williams. He could not shake it.
Sean Williams, great defense on the play. So Sean Williams with it now. Gives off to Custer. Screen, good screen there by Seamster, and Sean Williams pulls up for the long two. Cam Custer hits that one.
Let's get Cam going a little bit this quarter.
Cam's the guy that once he gets going, look out. He's got that ability to take over a game. And going to get a reach in. Looks like that's Lars Custer that time. So they're going to say that was on Sean Williams. So the third team foul on Chanute. Grant with it now, being guarded by Williams. Williams going to pick up his second foul. Looks like we were going to get a substitution here. Be number 20, Jordan Duncan. So we'll see what the Chanute bench can provide now as got two guards into the game coming off the bench. Got to travel here against Caney Valley, so Chanute will take over. Duncan and Manley both in off the bench now. Lars Custer over to Duncan. Duncan thought about the three-point shot. Gives it up top to Manley. Manley over to Lars Custer. Lars going to look back up top to Duncan. Duncan back to Lars, now to Cam in the corner. Cam thought about the step back, gives it back to Duncan up top. Now to Lars on the right wing. Now back to Duncan in the left corner, inside to Cam. Cam puts the shot up, can't get it to go. As Cam tried to body his way inside. Not quite enough on that shot. Grant with it, gives off to Rogers. Rogers being guarded by Seamster. Ball tipped, and great job. Just unable to get the shot to go. Gavin Stimson. Good hand-eye coordination to bring that pass in, but couldn't quite finish the shot. On the other end, got a foul on the floor as Lars Custer was driving to the basket. It's the first substitution now for Caney.
Yeah, Rogers got three. That was Rogers' third.
Holy smokes. Jackson Griffin going to check into the game. Duncan in the corner. Three-point shot won't go. Got a good look. Billingsley with it now. Tries to shake Manley. Good defense by Parker Manley. And going to get a traveling violation. Great defense, Parker Manley. Off the bench now. The second possession that's ended because of his defense.
And Coach Crabtree switched it up a little bit, kind of getting that off-ball defense out into the passing lane, and it's created some havoc for Caney.
Lars Custer going to fire from deep. Lars Custer drains that three from the left wing. Chanute goes up 17-10. Grant with it now, being guarded by Seamster. Zone defense here being run by the Blue Comets. Grant with it once again, top of the key. Gives off to Billingsley. Billingsley drives inside. Great pass, and the shot just missed that time by Kyler Brandon. Brandon had a wide open layup essentially. Manley from the corner. That one rims out. Parker Manley, good look. Just couldn't get that shot to go. Yeah. That one flirted with the bottom of the net, it looked like. Grant with it. Now gives off to Billingsley again. Billingsley over to Stimson. And the weave offense, or some variation of it at least. Grant pulls up inside the three-point line, misses everything. And Custer with it, gives it up to Seamster. Seamster one-on-one and might have got away with shuffling his feet a little bit, but right in the face of Kyler Brandon, Caden Seamster gets the two-point shot to go. Billingsley driving to the bucket. Can't get it to fall. Rebound by Manley. Cam Custer with it now, left wing. Cam gives it off to Seamster. Now to Duncan in the corner. Duncan thought about the three-point shot. Now they're going to swing it around the other way. It's Lars Custer. Drains another one. Lars Custer feeling it. His third three of the first half. Lars Custer feeling it from outside. Chanute pulls out to a 12-point lead, 22-20 with 2:40 to play. Caney wants to talk about it. And on that note, don't forget it's cheaper to buy your month-to-month policy from Associated Professional Services than it is to pay to get your license back after getting a DUI. Call Peggy Davidson at 431-9699. And a great second quarter here for Chanute, as it was, 9-7 after one?
Yes, sir.
So 15-3 run here in the second quarter. Still 2:41 to play. If this is the offense we can see from Chanute, it'll be fun.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were talking about earlier on, was if you can create those turnovers, this team getting into transition, whether that's getting all the way to the rim or
what's crazy about it is what's really sparked this offensive run has been the defensive play by the likes of guys like Sean Williams that we're used to, and even Parker Manley coming off the bench. 2 possessions for Caney Valley have just been completely halted because of his great defense. So Grant going to bring it up the floor this time for Caney Valley. And the ball nearly thrown away. Lots of contact. And they're probably going to... A little surprised that foul wasn't called against Cam Custer, but... Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting. He was overly aggressive. It looked like he was the one that got hit, but he was the one that caused the contact. It'll be the second on Custer. To the naked eye, it looks like the contact went into him, but it's because of where he was at and being out of position. So not a bad call. Grant out of control, puts the shot up, and he's fouled. Get the foul on Parker Manley. It'll be his first. The 6th team foul on Chanute. Well, Grant's free throw up and good. Caden Seamster will check back into the game. Custer will check out. Cam Custer. 22-11 here. 2:21 to play. Second free throw up and in as well for Gage Grant. I hope his middle name is like George and they just call him Triple G. Duncan with it, gives it up to Seamster, now to Lars Custer on the right wing. Now back to Duncan, swings it around to Herb. Herb tried to get it inside and was poked away. Herb thought he was fouled. So Grant going to pull up from the outside. Gage Grant lighten it up from the outside as well, as this is a very good three-point shooting team. Seamster on the inside. Great follow by Urban. And Herb just, Gage Grant just two-hand shoved Eric Herb. I'll say this. Herb flopped a little bit.
Oh, he sold it.
He sold the heck out of it. The one official was actually looking like he was going to tell Herb not to flop, and another official came in and called a technical foul. Anxious to see what they rule here.
Foul on Eric, and then a technical on Grant.
I didn't like the foul call against Herb, to be fair.
Neither of us did. We both had our hands up in the air. Just came flying in for a rebound, and somebody fell.
I don't think he went over the back of it. I mean, he went to the side of the defender. I thought it was a pretty good rebound, crashing the boards. Both free throws by Billingsley were made. And now we'll get the technical free throws. And looks like it'll be Lars Custer that does the technical shot. First shot up and made. Second free throw attempt for Lars Custer. Up, and that one in as well. So the two teams trade 2 free throws apiece. And now, due to the technical foul, Chanute will get possession back of the basketball. The only thing that worries me is Chanute has a lot of players with 2 fouls. 1:40 to play here in the second quarter. Caney looking to play some aggressive defense here. Inside to Manley. Great job, Parker Manley, finding that hole in the zone and getting the shot up. Good job by Caden Seamster finding him as well. Gage Grant with it, gives off to Billingsley. Billingsley drives inside and now gives it over to Jackson.
Walk.
Getting away with a travel potentially. Shot goes up, it's missed. Seamster comes down with it. Seamster looking to push into the hands of Manley. Manley stops, puts up the shot, gets that one to fall. And Parker Manley back-to-back buckets.
What a big half off the bench for Parker Manley.
Yeah, for sure. And Billingsley pulls up from distance. Jack Billingsley drains that one, so an 8-point lead. Now 45 seconds to play. See if Chanute tries to just run out this clock or if they try to get the first open bucket they can find. Duncan over to Herb. Herb now being double teamed. Somebody's got to be open somewhere. Gives it off to Lars Custer. Custer back to Duncan. Duncan going to be looking for some help now. Gives it over to Manley in the corner. Manley inside to Duncan. Back out to Lars Custer. Lars thought about the three. It was there if he wanted it. Lowers his shoulder. Shot goes up and in. And Lars Custer letting the officials know I was fouled, but no foul called. Shot goes. 12 seconds to play here. Blue Comets lead by 10.
Custer boys have dealt with a whole lot of contact so far this half.
3-point shot in the corner. That one's airballed. Lars Custer going to look to put up a shot at the buzzer. It'll good if it goes, but it's a little long. Goes off the top of the backboard. At the half, Chanute leading 30-20 over Caney Valley. We're going to send it back to the studio for 2 minutes. When we come back, we'll have your Labette Health halftime show. You're tuned in to Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. back here at Chanute High School, and we welcome you into the Labette Health halftime show. Again, Blue Comets leading by a score of 30-20 here early in this one, or here at halftime, I should say. And it's been the show of, it's been the Lars Custer show, it's been the Jack Billingsley show, and it's been the Gage Grant show. And outside of that, there's been some points scored, but not a lot. And Caden, I'm going to just give it to you and let you tell me the exact scores, actually.
All right, we'll start it off with Chanute. We've got 3 for Sean Williams, big 15 from Larson Custer, 4 for Caden Seamster, 4 for Cam Custer, and 4 for Parker Manley. And then jumping over to Caney Valley. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I hear it's a big, long scoring column.
Yeah, 10 for Jack Billingsley, 10 for Gage Grant, for a total of 20.
Man, you could just feel the action with 2 scores from Caney. No, but in all seriousness, those 2 are really good scores, and not to take anything else away from anybody else on the Caney team, but nobody else has shown any ability to really even want to put up a shot. I mean, there's been a few attempts, but nothing too serious. It's just been those 2 that have really shown the scoring ability. Again, that's Billingsley and Grant. Early on, it really looked like it was going to be all Grant, and then Billingsley just kind of showed up out of nowhere late, it seemed like. Guess what? He had 2 threes in the second half, the one coming, about 6 feet from behind the three-point arc. A little surprised he took that shot, but nonetheless, a very good shot. And I promised that we would talk about football just a hair here at this halftime show. And as we have a few minutes, just wanted to point out Chanute had a very, very good season during football season, and some of the postseason honors that come with that once the season is over, of course. And first team offense, Chanute didn't have anybody on the first team offense, which, whatever. There was 1 or 2 that I thought might be on there. But the first team defense, Colton McCrone was first team defensive line, Dagan Dean, first team defensive line, Ty Leedy, first team linebacker. And then as far as honorable mention, Gus Thuston was honorable mention on the offensive line. These are just thrown in here, so it was really hard to find them. Eric Erb was honorable mention 4A. Caden Seamster was honorable mention 4A. I believe Cam Custer and Sean Williams were both Nathan Cunningham and Kedrick Emling as well. I believe that was it. If I missed any, I do apologize, but wanted to get that recognition out as some all-league honor, or all-state honors. A lot of all-league players, as I believe Colton McCrone was the Defensive Player of the Year in the SEK. Well-deserved. Anxious to see where he plays next year, because he's been getting some looks, had some schools coming and talking to him, and young Colton McCrone, I don't believe his football playing days are over. It should be fun for him. And also, there's a lot of juniors and sophomores on that football team that we're going to see here in the next couple years that I think could be playing for more than just a couple years as well, as I expect that a lot of football talent here in Chanute. Some of those kids could move on to 2-year or 4-year universities.
And a couple really good, more than a couple, a few really good multi-sport athletes, like we've talked about here with our starting 5. Ty Leedy, who got some recognition at the state level, an outstanding wrestler. I mean, you've just got athletes all over. I
believe Ty Leedy's like nationally ranked in wrestling.
Yeah,
like he's really good wrestling. Obviously, Chanute is this close, if you could see my fingers, or this close from being back-to-back returning state champions. They won the 2020 state team championships, nearly lost out last year on a back-to-back championship, but looking to make it 2 out of 3 years with a state championship this year, but it's a very good wrestling team they've put together this year, and obviously a pretty good basketball team as well here on the hardwood. And like you mentioned, a lot of multi-sport athletes, as I believe the only starter on the basketball team that didn't start for the football team is Lars Custer. The only reason he wasn't out there playing football is because he was recovering from an injury during football/baseball season last year. Yeah, but he was there. He was part of the team. He was running the film and wanted to be part of that team, and here he is.
Best camera guy in the state.
Best camera guy in the state. I thought Jay McGeary did a pretty good job running our camera during football season, but after that, Cam did a heck of a job for the team and doing their scouting anyway, but I was always there. And, I mean, hey, you could say he was the missing piece during football season because he's the leading scorer here through the first half of basketball. 15 points through the first half of play. Anxious to see what he and the other Blue Comets can do here as we move that much closer to the second half of play. We're actually going to wrap up our Labette Health halftime show, send it back to the studio for 1 minute. When we come back, we'll have the boys' second half action right here on Z95.3. Back here at Chanute High School, ready to start the second half of basketball here in the guys' game. Again, Chanute leading 30-20 after the first 16 minutes of action. 16 more to go, at least in regulation. As remember, the girls held on to a 8-point lead at halftime, but eventually saw that lead actually give up that lead. And Caney Valley went up by as many as 1, but Chanute girls able to come away with a victory 44-39 earlier tonight, and now the boys looking to match the girls and move to 1-0 as well before we head to Rose Hill on Friday night. But before that can happen, got to play 16 more here in this one. Caney Valley will start with possession of the basketball. It'll be Grant, Gage Grant with the basketball being guarded by Sean Williams. Great defense by Williams as Grant tries to get around the screen. Now hands off to Rogers. Rogers top of the key, guarded by Custer. Now Rogers looking for help, gives it off to Billingsley. And nobody really able to get inside yet. Ball nearly tipped away by Seamster. Now back into the hands of Gage Grant. Grant just trying to find some space. Good job, and they're going to get a reach in. They're going to call that on Herb. And
it's well defended by Seamster. Really no reason to reach in.
Herb, really no reason to reach in there. Like you said, pretty good defense by Seamster. That'll be the third foul on Herb, and Parker Manley immediately goes to the table, although it was after the ball was given to Grant, but a 5-second call.
It's another quick one from the same ref that called it on Chanute in the girls' game.
I'd like to see his stopwatch. Again, Manley checked in for Herb. And Custer, who kind of spent most of his time being the 5, brings the ball up the floor. A young Nikola Jokic.
Positionless basketball.
Lars Custer fakes a 3, gets inside, lowers the shoulder. Yep, they're going to get him for a travel. Just one too many steps. As Custer tried to split the defenders, but tried his best, Svi Mikhailuk, and Smartly, the officials called it here. I'll never let that go. We're inside to Rogers. Now back out to Brandon. Brandon going to take the three-point shot. And rebound hauled in by Sean Williams. Williams quickly the other way. Nice move inside. Gets around Kyler Brandon. And Sean Williams finishes at the rim. Oh.
Cookies?
Oh. I'm just not even going to comment. If you're watching on the live stream, I'm sure you probably saw. They called a foul on Lars Custer. Billingsley with it. Now gives off to Gage Grant. Grant being guarded by Williams. Grant drives baseline. Shot up and made, as that's Anthony Rogers. Looks like he'll be fouled by Parker Manley. That's the second on Manley. Second team foul for Chanute, third team foul for Chanute this half. Rogers free throw up and missed.
Oh my.
And Gavin Stimson tried to dunk on Cam Custer, not literally, but about what it looked like. So Williams going to bring it up the floor for Chanute. Williams gives off to Manley on the right wing. Manley looking for something to open up. Gives it back up top to Lars Custer. Lars over to Williams on the left wing. Williams driving inside. Gives off to Manley. Now to Cam Custer. Cam puts up the floater. Won't go. Gets his own rebound. Out to Lars. Lars puts up the three-point shot. It won't go. Rebound this time goes to Caney Valley. Grant chases down the rebound. Nearly fouled, but good job by Sean Williams to avoid the contact. Grant with it now. One-on-one with Lars Custer. Lars, good job playing defense this time. Now kicks it out to Billingsley. Billingsley being guarded by Manley. Fires up the three-point shot. A little long this time. Rebound goes to Manley, who gives it off to Cam Custer. Cam looking to go all the way to the basket. Strong finish at the rim, and Billingsley just can't handle Cam Custer. 34-22, Blue Comets lead. Grant all the way to the basket. Lots of contact. Chanute probably got away with one there. Custer looking to go all the way to the basket once again. Kicks it out to Lars Custer. Lars wide open from three. Can't get the shot to go. And Seamster there for the follow, but just mistimed his jump. Ball kind of rolled down his body off his foot and out of bounds.
Cam back here giving Lars a hard time. He said, we're messing my assist, man.
Brotherly love. Rogers crossover dribble, gets inside and finishes at the rim. Great job by Anthony Rogers. Rogers proving somebody other than the hot two can score for Caney Valley. Oh, man, I forgot what I was going to do at the beginning of the game. Again. Guess we'll have to do it Friday. I can't tell you what it is because you'll probably laugh at me. Lars Custer now on the left wing. Cross-court pass over to Cam. Cam driving inside, forces up the shot. It goes. And Cam Custer finds two more. 36-24, Blue Comets up 12. 4:20 to play here in the third quarter. Floater put up and missed. Rebound goes to Chanute. Errant pass by Cam Custer. Billingsley going to pull up for three. That one's missed. And the follower for Rogers. And Rogers, 6 points here in the third quarter. Got to keep an eye out for him now, too. Lars Custer going to slow it down for the Chanute offense now. Over to Williams. Williams back to Lars Custer on the left wing. Now Cam Custer, left corner, tries to get into Seamster. Seamster was cutting and gets away from Seamster. Rogers once again, and clear slap to the head. Custer gets away with a foul, but Anthony Rogers having his way here in the third quarter. Cuts the lead down to 8, 36-38. Cam Custer gives over to Lars on the left wing, being guarded by Billingsley. Now kicks it back to Cam. Cam just looking for something to open up. Seamster going to fire up the three-point shot. That won't go. Caden Seamster, has he scored in this one? 4 points. Seamster, one of the most explosive players on the football field. Had some scoring opportunities last year, but just hasn't quite put it all together here tonight. Williams driving, gives off to Custer. Custer gets the shot to fall, extends the lead back out to 10. We've got a timeout on the floor. It'll be a timeout for Chanute. And we'll keep things here to remind you a couple different things. One, Bridgewood offers comprehensive benefits, 401k, and competitive pay. Just go pick up your application at 908 West Chestnut in Chanute. And also, it's a good time to get connected with high-speed, unlimited internet on QuickCom's network, built with reliability in mind. In town or in the country, get connected with QuickCom Communications. Call 1-800-379-7292. So outside of Anthony Rogers,
nothing this quarter.
Nothing.
All 8.
It's so weird. They've seemed to cool off the hot three-point shooters in Grant and Billingsley, but Anthony Rogers having his way here in the third quarter. Lars Custer checking out at that timeout. Jordan Duncan checking in. Billingsley gives off to Rogers. It looked like a clear travel on Rogers before he put the ball on the ground, but
yeah, he's stuck behind the defense a couple times, but trying to work one-on-one on Cam Custer is probably not going to work for him.
Three-point shot put up by Grant. Airballed, misses everything. Kyler Brandon gets the shot to go, and he's fouled by Parker Manley.
Parker Manley called for the shooting foul. That's Manley's third. And the fourth, blue Comet team foul. Into the shooting lineup, number 3, Eric Erb.
Manley going to check out as he picked up his third foul. Eric Erb will check back in. Free throw up and in for Kyler Brandon. Seamster driving to the basket, forces one up with his left hand, can't get it to go. Rebound goes to Grant. Quick possession for Chanute that time. Grant pulls up just inside the free throw line, can't get that shot to go. Ball swatted away by Seamster. Duncan with it now, gives off to Cam Custer. Cam going to pull up from 3, misses that one off to the right side. And now Rogers driving the other way. And
another
great
one.
Block by Caden Seamster. My goodness, that was filthy off the backboard. Seamster with it now, driving inside. And the shot won't go. And he held that hand up there for quite a while.
Yeah, he did.
I was about to say, is he allowing this? Rogers picks up the foul. That's his fourth. Maybe that's Rogers exited quickly with that third foul, didn't he?
Yeah, but he played the whole first quarter after picking up his second at the 4-minute mark.
True.
Definitely a big loss for the Bullpups, though.
For sure. Williams tosses it in. Now back to Williams. Williams driving left side, kicks it out to Duncan. Duncan up top to Seamster. Seamster drives, tries to lay it in with the right hand. He's pushed. Shot won't fall, but Caden Seamster will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Stimson called for the foul. His second. First free throw attempt for Seamster, up and in. Second free throw to follow for Caden Seamster. That one goes as well. Lars Custer going to check back in. Caden Seamster will check out. Chanute going to apply pressure as they hold on to this 9-point lead with a minute and a half to play in the third quarter. Erb guarding Grant. Screen up top. Now Grant being guarded by Custer. A one-on-one matchup here. Grant gives off to Carrender, and shot goes up. That one's missed. Misses nearly everything. Cam Custer driving physically to the basket. And ball was thrown away, nearly saved by Gage Grant, but like Grant stepped on the baseline in his attempt to save that ball. Sean Williams will inbound, 57 seconds to play. Lars Custer with it now, 50 seconds on the clock. Chanute being very patient. Over to Duncan on the left wing, now to Erb. Pass goes inside. Great pass by Eric Erb. We've said that a lot this season during the months of September and October. And now we can say it in December on the hardwood. Eric Erb finding Lars Custer inside, and Custer finishing at the basket. 42-31, under 30 seconds to play. Austin Carrender finishing at the basket. Had some words for Cam Custer afterwards as well. And high pass from Erb that time. Unfortunately, I had to say that a few times during football season too. That was not a shot at Eric Erb, just so we're clear. Been one of the most fun athletes I've covered 8 years doing radio. 3 seconds to play. Grant looking to put up a three-point shot. Fires up a prayer, and not even close. So after three, Chanute leading 42-33. And 8 minutes to play to find out who will win this one as we head into game 2 against Rose Hill next Friday. But 8 more minutes here tonight. Should be a fun one as Caney Valley showing a little bit of spark from their offense there in the third quarter. But Chanute still showing that they've been the better team throughout 3 quarters so far. And remember, Commercial Bank focuses on bringing you products and services that simplify your day-to-day life, serving Southeast Kansas since 1874. Stop by the Chanute branch at 1315 South Santa Fe in Chanute. Again, Chanute girls winning tonight 44-39 in early action here tonight. And the boys looking to match. Looking to see if they can move to 1-0 on the season. So looks like it will be Chanute that has possession of the basketball to start the fourth quarter. And it will be the 5 starters on the floor. Inbound goes to Sean Williams. Williams looking for something to set up.
That was tough.
Free throw to follow for Custer. That goes, extends the lead out to 12. Yep. Gage Grant threw up a prayer. It wouldn't fall. Seamster with it now on the baseline. Kicks out to Custer. Cam Custer, three-point shot. That won't go either. Gage Grant with it now. On the left wing. Nearly loses his dribble. Grant clearly frustrated. You can just tell by the body language. Kyler Brandon's shot goes up. That one's missed. And now Lars Custer with it. Lars driving inside. Lars trying to sell that he was shooting. He might have been, but that ball did not go up in the air.
Straight down.
Hard sell. Custer to inbound, gives it into Cam Custer. Passes to a cutting Erb, and great finish by Eric Erb at the basket. Extends the Chanute lead out to 14, 47-33. Williams now guarding Grant. Grant driving inside. And you're going to get a foul on the floor. Foul happened a little bit before Williams threw that ball 2 rows cheerleaders deep.
Yeah. Just kind of confused why he made the call from far side on baseline when we've got guy on the sideline over here just hanging out.
Yeah, I've always wondered things like that, but oh well. Brandon with it, trying to make something happen. Being guarded by Custer. Now goes inside to Rogers. Rogers puts up the shot, and Anthony Rogers gets that one to go. Cuts the lead back down to 12. 6.5 to play. Sean Williams with it. Going to get a screen. Williams spins out and drops the defender, but can't get the shot to fall. Grant with it, gives it up to Rogers. Rogers gets inside, puts up the shot. Anthony Rogers can't miss right now. So 10-point lead now for Chanute. Sean Williams hands off to Erb. Erb gives off to Seamster on the left wing, now to Lars Custer. Lars up to Seamster, top of the key. Seamster driving inside and can't get the shot to fall, but Seamster will be fouled. It looks like the foul's going to be on Gage Grant.
Caney's been forced to, with the time left and the deficit, go man-to-man, and I just don't think they can match up 1 through 5, whatever Chanute's 1 through 5 is. But I don't think they can match up, Caney.
Seamster first shot at the free throw line. That one's missed. Second shot by Seamster. That one's up and that one falls. So extends the lead back out to 11. 48-37, 5:40 to play. Grant crossover dribble, fires up the 3. Misses that one long. Got a discussion. My opinion, Eric Erb poked that out. I believe that's the correct call.
You can see that far?
No. I said in my opinion. My opinion could be dead wrong.
Just a guess, really.
Yeah. It was an uneducated guess. Kyler Brandon hits the 3. It hit the front of the rim and somehow rolled over. The lead now down to 8 for Chanute. Chanute flirting with a little bit of trouble closing out this game. Seamster with it now. Gives to Williams in the corner now. Williams looking to go inside to Custer. Custer kicks it out to Lars Custer. Lars driving inside, kicks out to Seamster. Seamster going to fire up the 3. That won't go. Caney Valley gets the rebound. Not sure why Chanute is trying to have quick possessions with 3-point shots. Rogers with it, gets inside. He shot that like behind him. I'm not sure what that was. Lead down to 6, 48-42. Caney Valley charging back. Sean Williams with it now, gives off to Lars Custer. Custer kicks it up top to Seamster. Seamster spin move inside. Great job by Caden Seamster. Don't like the speed of the possession, but points are always nice. Timeout, Chanute, 50-42, 4:31 to play here in this one. And I could be wrong, but I feel like this is a time for Devin Crabtree to tell his team, slow down. We've got an 8-point lead. 14-point lead a minute and a half ago. And the main reason that it's turned into a 6 to 8 point lead instead of 14 is because on the offensive end, Chanute's running 10-second possessions and firing up the first semi-open three they get. If you would just look at the possessions, you would think Chanute was trailing by 6-7 points.
Yeah, that's my thing with 4.5 left. I don't so much mind the quick possession, but I don't like come down, dribble, pass, half-guarded three.
Yeah.
Or next time down, pass,
the quick
pass,
possession with an ugly
three.
shot.
Yeah, I mean, this last possession here, you move the ball around a little bit. Seamster makes a play, gets to the rim, and gets a bucket. I don't mind that at all. But
so we'll see what adjustments each team makes here with just over 4.5 to play. Should be an exciting 4+ minutes of basketball. So Caney Valley will inbound from the baseline. Inbound goes to Rogers, now back to Grant. Gage Grant bringing up the floor, being guarded by Williams. Good defense by Williams. Over to Stimson. Stimson nearly loses his dribble, picks it up, and guarded by, or gives off to Billingsley, and Herb, like he just kind of lost his footing and fell over Jack Billingsley. That'll be the 4th foul on Eric Herb. That's a tough break for Herb, as he was just trying to play tight defense and looked like his feet just kind of got caught underneath him. Parker Manley will check in for Herb. Manley going to be charged with trying to lock down Billingsley. Ball into the hands of Billingsley now. Now to Rogers. Rogers kicks out to Stimson. Stimson fires up the three-point shot. That won't go. Offensive rebound by Rogers. He might have had a hand in the back of Caden Seamster. Grant falls to the ground.
that was late. I don't know that he did or didn't.
I think it was a good call, but it was late. That's the best way to describe that. So 1-and-1 opportunity here for Grant. First free throw up and made. Cuts the lead back down to 7. Second free throw attempt. This one missed, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. I'm going to say off the hands of Stimson. And we're going to have a timeout. Caney, it'll be a full timeout. That was a gutsy call, saying that went out of bounds on Stimson. It was 3 Blue Comets and 1 Bullpup.
And as we've told you, we just guess from here.
Yeah, I thought the call was actually correct there, but again, that's a tough one to make, so I couldn't tell you. Remember, at Cardinal Drug, you're probably there to drop off a prescription because you don't feel very well, but don't forget to come back and browse their selection of seasonal decor and gift ideas when you do feel better. So 3:51 to play. Thoughts? Can I do what I was going to do pregame?
Yeah.
What are your hey word keys to victory at this point? You love me, right?
Yeah. No, keys to victory, keep defending. All we talked about at halftime was Gage Grant and Jack Billingsley. The pair has combined for 1 point here in the second half.
And they've cut into the lead.
They've cut into that lead, but a lot of it has been, well, to start off, Anthony Rogers got a couple of easy buckets.
You could argue with
since then, it's been he's throwing up anything and everything, and
it's still going in.
It's all going down.
So Chanute with the basketball. Seamster with it now. Gonna dribble around top of the key, gives off to Lars Custer. Lars driving inside and gets bumped. Custer going to go to the free throw line. Couldn't get the shot to fall, but he'll earn 2 from the line. So Lars Custer at the free throw line again to shoot 2. First free throw attempt up and in. Oh, they say that was on the floor? That was a 1-and-1 opportunity. Lars doesn't care.
Well, he did originally. He turned around and kind of gave a nasty look to the official like I was definitely going up.
I think he had an argument on that one. So 51-43, lead back to 8. Gage Grant with it. Ball nearly stolen away, and now on the ground again. Parker Manley doing a great job once again. We saw him twice in the first half make an impact, and now here again forces a tie-up, and if nothing else, gets that possession arrow turned back around. So Gage Grant now. Ball thrown away. Seamster intercepts it. And he throws it right back to Grant. Grant gives it inside to Brandon. Great job there by Gage Grant, faking the shot and then passing it off to Brandon. And now 51-45, a 6-point lead once again. Chanute now, Seamster with it, 2:50 to play. Gives off to Manley, now to Lars Custer. Lars back up top to Manley. Manley picks up his dribble, gives it off to Seamster. Seamster inside to Cam Custer. Cam being guarded by Rogers. Rogers going to pull it back up top, gives to Williams. Williams being guarded by Billingsley. Now back to Seamster. Chanute being very patient, and Lars Custer was wide open under the basket. Kyler Brandon got tripped up. I feel like Lars Custer might be your best option if he can break away from Kyler Brandon. A little bit of an athleticism advantage there for Chanute. Cam with it now. Chanute doing a great stall job here.
He can't get a count on it.
Stimson now comes out. Pass inside to Seamster. Seamster's shot won't go. And it's followed by Williams. They tried a lob play. Obviously, Seamster wasn't going to throw it down, but just missed the layup. But great job, Sean Williams, Johnny on the spot. Billingsley fires up a shot, won't go, but he's fouled. And Jack Billingsley going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Parker Manley picks up his 4th foul. Billingsley hits the first free throw. Second free throw goes as well. Got a timeout by Caney Valley.
We have a timeout on the floor. Called by the Bullpups. It's a football time.
Yep. We've got a timeout by Caney. The modem's overloaded with both. Thank you. So again, apologize. We've had many technical difficulties. Again, we're going to attempt to attack that over the next couple days and see what we can figure out. But here in this one at Chanute High School, Chanute holding on to a 6-point lead, 53-47, 1:39 to play in regulation, of course. And what has been an exciting second half, I guess. It's been a little frustrating at times, but
pretty ugly.
Pretty ugly. I mean, even Caney, Anthony Rogers probably tell you he's had one of the ugliest halves of basketball, but he scored like 40 points, it seems like. Lars Custer to inbound. Throws it up top to Cam Custer. And Cam just trying to run away from defenders now. Cam going to get doubled. And now gives off to Lars Custer. Lars being guarded by Kyler Brandon. Brandon goes to the ground. Lars tries to go all the way to the bucket. And the Caney section wanted a travel on Lars Custer. Just not going to comment.
We'll let them do their thing.
I mean, it's the 5th foul on Rogers. I'd be more upset that Rogers is fouled out, but did Custer take a 3rd step? Maybe.
After he was about had his arms taken off, I'd say so.
So Custer first free throw up and in, as he'll earn one more. Second free throw up and in as well. And Lars Custer now with 20 points here tonight in this one. Well, Brandon with it, gets it inside to Stimson. Great job by Lars Custer. They going to call a foul on Lars? All right. I thought it was a clean steal by Lars, and the foul was going to be on Stimson after. But Stimson instead will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Ball doesn't lie.
Good foul, Lars.
Seamster comes down with the rebound, kicks it out to Lars Custer. Brandon going to come out and guard Custer. Now gives off to Manley. 1 minute to play here in the 4th quarter. Cam Custer with it now.
I think that's exactly who I want to have it, him or Larson in this situation.
Sean Williams with it now, being guarded by Billingsley. Now to Lars Custer and clearly fouling. First free throw attempt missed by Lars Custer.
Just short-armed it.
Caden said just short-armed it a little bit. Billingsley to the rim. Yep, shot goes in. Chanute leading by 6. 27 seconds to play. Lars Custer just down the sideline. I don't know, Caney not fouling at this point. Stimson reaching in, not getting the foul call. And Brandon finally fouling. Man, they burnt 15 seconds just because because Caney Valley wouldn't foul. That's probably going to be what loses them the game.
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me here in a 2-possession game to bleed off that much time before fouling.
Free throw up and in for Lars Custer. He'll get one more. Second free throw attempt up, and that one rims out. So 7-point lead, 56-49. Billingsley with it. He'll drive all the way to the basket. Chanute essentially just going to let him have it. 6.9 seconds left in the game. And it's a 5-point lead. Chanute just going to have to secure the basketball and maybe make 1 or 2 free throws to feel 100% about it, but even without, it would take one of the most bizarre endings we've seen for Caney to pull off an upset here in this one. So what's the inbound play? What would Coach Lanning have told you back in Independence? Never mind.
Something along the lines of catch the expletive somewhere.
Coach Lanning would never.
It was in there somewhere.
Coach Lanning would never curse.
If he was talking to me, he was. Had your release.
And Caden Seamster was wide open down the seam.
Yeah, he was.
So 1.3 seconds went off the clock. And Lars Custer. Hey, look, there's a guy you probably don't like very much. First free throw missed by Larson Custer. One more to go.
It's a guy I wish I could not like, but he's the greatest.
Lars Custer's second free throw falls. Caney inbounds, just under 5 to go. Billingsley going to pull up for 3. Shot won't go, and that's how we'll end this one. Chanute Blue Comets win tonight, 57-51. We're going to send it back to the studio for 2 minutes. When we come back, we'll have your post-game show. You've been tuned in to Chanute Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3. Yes. Can you hear me? That's all right. Back here at Chanute High School, where the Chanute Blue Comets are victorious 57-51 as they move to 1-0 on this young season. And a very tough matchup coming up Friday night on the road at Rose Hill. And Caden, I don't know how much you've paid attention to preseason stuff and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, no?
Yeah.
So you're aware Rose Hill's pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Rose Hill, I was going to look up the rankings. I believe we're third in the rankings this week. But nonetheless, they're good. How about that? Is that acceptable?
Yeah.
Just saying that they're good. So I can't remember who posted the state rankings, but nonetheless, it's going to be a tough matchup on Friday night on the road. Here we go. Rose Hill is ranked 4th in the state currently. Bishop Miege, obviously number 1. Tonganoxie 2. Lewisburg 3. Rose Hill 4. And the only other team on the list that we'll see this year is Parsons, ranked 9th in the state. And they already suffered an early season loss on the road at Girard. A team that we will see on the last regular season game of the season, the Girard Trojans. So they're a good team as well. But that's something that's like 3 months away. We don't really need to worry about right now. And all you got to worry about right now is that Chanute's 1-0 against a fairly tough Caney team that has the ability to come out and score points. And I don't know if I'd say Chanute shut down their scores, but they did just enough to come away with a win, and that's really what's important.
And I think both the girls and the guys tonight played pretty solid first halves for your first game of the year, first night out in front of your home crowd, whatever. But I think both, like I said, girls and the guys come out in the second half kind of relaxing, like just lackadaisical, and about bit both of them, but able to hang on for 2 wins on the night.
Yeah, and Caden, I guess tell us how we got here.
For Caney, Billingsley had 16, Rogers with 14, all of which came in the second half. Gage Grant had 11, Brandon had 8, and Carrender with 2. And then for Chanute, Sean Williams finished with 7, Eric Erb finished with 2, Lars Custer with 22, Caden Seamster with 9, Cam Custer with 13, and Parker Manley with 4.
Yeah, I think some of the things, in my opinion anyway, to take away from this game are some of the defensive performances. And I know you're probably going to say defense. They gave up 51 points. It's a lot of points. But I really thought the game was turned around, or really maybe opened up to the point where you felt like, all right, Chanute actually has control of this game, and now if you pretty much just play even from here on out, which is essentially what they had to do. But you go back about midway through the second quarter, and there was probably 4 or 5 possessions in a span of probably 10 to 12 possessions where Sean Williams and then Parker Manley off the bench played great ball defensively and kind of turned the game around, turned it into what was the score at the end of the first quarter? 9-7. It was a 2-point game, and they turned that into a 10-point lead at halftime. And a lot of that, in my opinion, was, and it wasn't just defensive stops. It was defensive stops that turned into offensive plays.
And they're live ball turnovers, getting out in transition, getting an opportunity to score 2-on-1, 3-on-1, 3-on-2, getting those easy buckets.
And we'll see if we get a chance to talk with Coach here tonight. I know first game of the year, he said he'd do his best to come up and talk with us, but I know it's tough. I know he's probably down there pumped up about the win tonight. And actually, looks like he's heading up this way now as Caden, I'm sure, is extremely excited to not have to listen to me for a good 2 or 3 minutes.
Can't wait.
But yeah, a big win here tonight. Again, 57-51, and anxious to hear Coach's thoughts on this one tonight, as I know he's been looking forward to getting back out here and getting this season underway. And again, I just think that some of the keys to tonight's win were those defensive performances and also Lars Custer on the offensive end, which we'll talk about some more. But 22 points tonight from Larson Custer. And Coach, appreciate you joining me up here tonight. First off, congratulations on the win. And I guess just give me your thoughts on what we saw out there tonight.
Well, obviously excited that we won, first off. And I thought we did some things, got better in some certain areas. A little sloppy at times. We knew that coming in with the zone. We've been trying to prepare for it. And I thought we could have attacked it a little bit better, especially early. But as the game went on, I thought we adjusted and did some good things.
Yeah, everybody kind of expects first game of the year for everybody. It's going to be a little sloppy.
Yeah.
It's first real game action. Don't know what to expect. Obviously, giving up 51 points, it's not like it was a great defensive performance, but I was just telling Caden, it felt like the game kind of had that swing of where you guys really took control of, hey, we've got control of this game in the second quarter, and it was really defensive stops by Sean Williams, and then Parker Manley came in huge off the bench and had 2 stops, I believe, back-to-back possessions.
Yeah, for sure. Those guys did a really good job of kind of doing executing our game plan and doing what we wanted to do. Able to get in some passing lanes and get a run going. We came in knowing they're going to try to pack it in and slow it down on the half court, and we were trying to get out and run as much as we could.
And obviously that's a Caney team that they've got a couple kids that can score from just about anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Billingsley and Grant. Rogers, who was scoreless in the first half, and just third quarter it seemed like he had one shot. When it left his hands, I'm telling you, he was looking at the other basket. I'm not sure how it went in, but
he made some tough ones.
It was kind of a three-headed monster, but you were able to overcome that. And your team, with what appears you don't really have a true post player.
No.
It's an adjustment. Your team's kind of had to adjust to it, but it kind of seems like they're all feeding off each other. A lot of athleticism. Is that going to be kind of the thing going forward? Just got to figure out ways to spread out and find the open shooters.
Yeah, for sure. We we kind of know what we got, and we're a team that we think we have some advantages maybe against teams that are a little bit bigger by us being a little bit smaller than a typical team. But we like our athleticism and think we can get out and run a little bit against certain teams and use that to our advantage for sure.
Yeah, it feels like that's something we talked about last year too and this year. You just don't have a lot of height.
Yeah.
The one good thing about that is really outside of Independence, I don't know if there's really a whole lot of size in the SEK.
Yeah, right.
They've got the one big kid in Ewing down there, but other than that, just not a lot of size. But before you get into SEK play, a tough one coming up Friday night on the road at Rose Hill.
Yeah.
A state-ranked team. What do you know about the Rockets?
Well, I don't know a lot other than what I remember from last year, and that they've got a few really good players, and they're going to play up and down, and we're going to have our work cut out for us.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Their best player last year was hurt.
Correct. He didn't play when they came here. He had actually gotten ejected in the game before with two technicals.
That's right. Yeah,
and so he set out.
That was a year ago.
Yeah.
I've slept a lot since then.
Yeah. Right.
So it should be a good one Friday night, Coach. Congratulations on the win here at home. It's always good to be 1-0, and good luck Friday night.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yep, appreciate you coming up and talking with us. So, again, that was head coach Devin Crabtree. As always, appreciate him coming up. That's not something that he has to do, so we definitely appreciate him coming up and chatting with us, just kind of giving us his insight on what went on during the game tonight. And you could tell, I mean, he's a straight shooter, just pretty much said, we know what we've got. We don't have a 6'6", 6'7" kid down low, but we've got kids that are quick. We've got kids that hustle. We got kids that can play defense, and that's what he's going to roll with. And, that's – I know Mark back at the studio is going to laugh at me. It is what it is. That's what you've got. It is what it is. You roll with it, and they rolled with it tonight, and it led them to a 1-0 record, and going to look to pick up a second win Friday night on the road at Rose Hill. Yeah. You can say that again. Turn your mic up.
Well, you didn't want me to talk, so.
I mean, he only said yeah.
I did only say yeah, but I kind of knew that was off, I guess. But no, excited, 1-0. Both girls and guys ready to get back to it Friday.
At Friday night, again, that'll be on the road at Rose Hill. We'll have all the action, hopefully without interruption, right here on Z95.3. Also, we'll have the live stream as we're taking the camera with us over close to Wichita. Going to be a fun night for those of you that work during the day like myself. It's going to make for a long one. But I wouldn't trade it for anything else. I love doing these games. I love being around these kids and the sport. It's just, I don't know, it's fun to me. I love doing it. And the excitement the Chanute crowd here tonight, the players bring, it's a fun atmosphere. And good win for both the guys and the girls. Again, the guys winning 44-39, the guys winning 57-51. So a pair of 5 and 6 point victories here in this one. Do want to thank all of our sponsors, including Subway of Chanute, Associated Professional Services, Bridgewood Cabinetry, Daniels Auction Service, Cardinal Drug, QuickCom Communications, Commercial Bank, and, of course, Labette Health. With that, Caden, anything else?
Nope.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you being here tonight, and we will see you on Friday night as we head to Rose Hill. And thank you to Mark back in the studio. We'll see you all on Friday night. Have a good one. You've been tuned in to Chanute Blue Comet Basketball right here on Z95.3.